tell you that our royalty goes beyond the outward appearance. If you truly are royal, you should be royal on the inside. If you're a prince, it's more about being princely on the inside than dressing like a prince. Which you don't even dress like a prince, because that ain't real gold. That's pantomime.
I have a precept.
All you got is the ego of one, and you're not in a position.
Yeah.
I remember when it was actually arguing with brothers over the precept about wearing garments. It was talking about spiritual garments.
Oh, put on that
They was
beautiful
actually
garment.
comparing to physical garments, like you guys are bummy and like you should be wearing a pristine garment. Like,
Yeah, and that shows you they have no understanding of what the Lord is doing, or what the point, the lesson that the Lord is trying to teach us. That's why the Lord stripped us of all those things.
Yep.
Because we had all those things. Go back to Jeremiah, man. During the time of Jeremiah, Jake had everything. We had the crazy warriors. We had the orators. We had everything on lock. We had the money. And the Lord's like, all right, cool. You're going into slavery though, and they're going to take all that away. Because what was we lacking? The inward.
Joshua and go out to fight and kick, isn't it?
But Jake ain't learned that lesson no more, so they still trying to run with that style. Nah, man. Focus on the inward. It don't matter how much, whether a guy got the brand new drip or he's just getting the prime out.
It's just pride. Yeah. They got filled with pride, man. They thought, they're the shit. But with pride comes the fall, right?
Kings in the building.
What they're doing with all that rich stuff, all that wealthy, what they're doing is making the slave owners richer, man. Because all that money goes to them. You go and buy the LV, the latest gadgets and all that shit's making your slave owners richer, man. That ain't empowering your people, man. Your people are still in power, but they will come to the hood and stunt on their own people as well.
Yeah, that's why they get robbed and killed.
That's why Floyd and
Lord works in mysterious ways. Yeah, go ahead.
Oh yeah, go on, bro.
Second Ezra chapter 7 and 6. There is also another thing. A city is builded and set upon a broad field, and is full of all good things. The entrance thereof is narrow, and is set in a dangerous place to fall, like as if there were a fire on the right hand, and on the left a deep water, and one only path between them both, even between the fire and the water, so small that there could but one man go there at once.
Yeah, go on. Keep going.
And it says, if this city now were given unto a man for an inheritance, if he never shall pass the danger set before it, how shall he receive this inheritance?
Go on.
And I said, it is so, Lord. Then said he unto me, even so also is Israel's portion.
So that's a cold cut to anyone out there teaching that this thing has anything to do with the other nations. Quite clearly, he didn't say humanity there. And he didn't say mankind. He said this is the part of Israel. The kingdom is the inheritance of the Israelites, beginning with Yahushua. But we're the ones that are going through the trials and tribulations to enter into that city and possess it. These other nations are going to be possessions in that city. And there's a difference, man. But people keep trying to debate about it. There ain't no debate. The Bible is not a book of humanity. I'm sorry, it's not. This is not the protagonist in the Bible is the Israelites, man. The heathens are extras, man. They're just, sometimes they're NPCs, sometimes they got a part to play. Like right now, Japhet is like an NPC. I don't really know what they're doing. They're just walking around. Right? You know what I mean? Like, they don't even have don't have no life. It's crazy.
Nothing, when you're just walking.
Do they even exist when you're not there?
This is Psalms 147 and 19. He showeth his word unto Jacob, his statutes and his judgments unto Israel. He have not dealt so with any nation, and as for his judgments, they have not known them. Praise ye the Lord.
That's right. Yeah. So this truth is only really going to resonate with the Israelites, man. And it begins with the elect, and that happens spiritually. So that's what I'm saying. We don't got to do no superfluidity. I ain't got to come out here and do backflips and pull out chains and try and overly sell this thing. Because really, when I'm using those things, I'm not really selling the truth or the purity of the truth. I'm going to attract idiots that are attracted to that particular thing. And I always give the example when I was with my cousin and we were sitting there and I had all the elders videos on the DVD, you know him, man. And we were there and we were watching and we had the elders on when they were on 34th Street, and you're watching it like it's gold, like yeah, ooh, okay, that's some knowledge right there. And then these niggas walked in, guns and knives. That was their names. Guns and knives walked in. You know,
That's crazy.
I don't need to explain to you what kind of character these niggas were.
Upstanding.
Yeah, you know the type. You know, they were wearing suits and all that.
Yeah.
So guns and knives walked in, and we was watching the video and that, right? And they walked over, and all I remember going, "Who's these man, fam? Look at these man. What are they wearing? Boom, 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 just chatting shit, yeah." And I was looking at these men like, what the fuck? And them man ain't even trying to hear what the elders are saying because they can't hear. Because they, but I guarantee you,
Isaiah 6.
if the elders was out there and they was just wearing the drippiest of the drip with the big fat diamond chains and the do-rag on, them man would be like, yeah, I want to hit because that would have attracted, and then them man would be in the camp, or like,
It's like even our own appearance is like a sifting method, man.
Yeah.
That's right.
You know, not only is this truth a sifting method for those that can't get it, but even just the person glance at us, it's like, oh, I ain't trying to hear that.
They ain't trying to hear it.
That's good. That's
And
good.
them was marked from, they don't understand that they rejected the truth.
That's right.
And them niggas is either dead or in jail right now, because them was some real stick-up kids. Like they're,
As the name suggests.
as the name suggests, they're dead or in jail right now. You know what I mean? And they had to show the spirit. They had their opportunity. They didn't know. They didn't know, but that was an opportunity because I was there with all kind of, bro. I had the whole You remember the DVDs?
I remember.
DVDs.
I still got the hard drive just
Yo, the
sitting somewhere.
DVD was stacked. They would have got the whole knowledge, blood. We would have been there watching them videos all day. Them niggas ain't got nothing to do. But they were there, they started scoffing, blah, 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 blah. And then their man was, rolled up some weed or whatever and went out there to do whatever else they want to do.
It wasn't for them.
You know? It wasn't for them. But imagine if we were doing what these men are doing. Trying to act, trying to appease to them, and it was all rap music and with the diamond chains and come worship the Lord with me in the camp and all this shit, yeah? Them niggas might have been like, yeah, I'm feeling this. Then you got these grimy ass niggas standing up in the camp that don't believe in the Lord, but they're trying to get to that chain that man was wearing. You see that chain though, cool. You see that chain though?
Precept.
I'll go a quick one.
Go on, bro.
John 10:27. My sheep hear my voice, and I know them, and they follow me.
That's right, man. They didn't hear the voice because they automatically disrespected the apostles off the bat.
That's right.
You know what I mean? Because they're carnal men, and it ain't. But good, it's good because it's not for them. If this is for you, you gonna hear it. Don't matter who says it, how they say it, you're gonna hear it, and it's gonna something about it's gonna be like, oh. Like this is where it's at right here, and that's all we care about. The people who listen to the word don't care about the guys that want to be kings in the building, or they come into the truth because they want to bag a gal. We're not here for that.
Innit?
Yeah, you get cameras out too, or they just man's got his wives in the video. Really, because his niggas see, you want niggas to see that. Wait, you can have them brother got 5 women. And
Beach
now you
chairs.
want to join the camp so you can have 5 women, but you work in KFC. Bro, what the, nigga want more wives than Abraham, and you working in KFC. So now you want to be in the camp because it'll justify the fact that you just want to go around banging whatever you want, when that's not what this truth is all about. Well, you could do that. People use women all the time to sell niggas. That's the quickest way to sell to them. Yo, man, find out you got 5, 10 gal, blood. Man, whatever you're selling, man, are buying it.
Them Christian churches be using them women to evangelize.
Oh man.
Hey, yo, I ain't gonna lie, man. I ain't gonna lie, man. Hey, listen, I was at the bus, I was bust up around my ends, like, I think about 3 months ago. I'm just sitting there, just stewing, bro. And this thing just comes, it's like, hi. I looked up, I'm like, what the fuck, bro? Bro, this thing was piff. It was piff. And she was like, oh, I didn't even remember everything she said. I was just looking at her face. I'm like, yo, this girl piff. And she's like, yeah, maybe you come visit my church. And I took the leaflet, and I looked her in the face, and I watched her walking away. And I was thinking, shit, I might not go camp on Saturday.
Oh shit.
Yo,
So they invite you to youth
what's
club
this
and that.
address? I don't like
Church
my
youth
suit.
club,
Yeah, but
Go
hey,
to-
that's how you
A clean suit, like.
niggas, they'll use shit to try and sell it. But that's why we don't. A lot of so where's their women at? How come they ain't got their women out
That
there?
yard, man.
Bro, we ain't here to sell women, my man. That's what Polite did. You remember when Polite had the debate with Tazayak? And then he started running. That was one of his selling points, the
Oh,
wives
yeah.
that he had.
Yeah, his two
He was
wives.
selling his wives, and then he
Baffling
ran
guy?
around with his wife. The
Yeah.
black woman is God. And started running her booty, running her breasts, all jumping up and down
Oh
to
my
declare
days.
victory. I'm like, what's this nigga doing?
That's
Nah, man.
imagine itself.
We just, if we selling anything, we selling the truth.
Yep.
And that's it, man. That's the marketing.
Precept. 1 Corinthians chapter 1 and verse 18. For the preaching of the cross is to them that perish foolishness. But unto us which are saved is the power of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai.
Right, man. So we're going to do this thing the way we learned how to do it from the apostles and elders. And it worked for us, and it can work for everyone else. Same way we got it, others can get it. We ain't got to change it up and start doing goofy shit that we didn't see our elders doing. The elders never had to come to camp with big AR-15s and machetes in their trousers, yeah? So guess what? We don't need to do that. Why do we need to do that?
So like I was gonna say, because that would have put off some of the other brothers, because not every brother in the camp's a gangster. Or is aspiring to that. Some brother would have looked at us like, yeah, I ain't for me.
Exactly. we ain't gonna do things that ain't been done already, because we already got a style to run with. So we're gonna keep running with that style. We ain't gonna wear fitted caps. Even when my head top's looking crazy, it's gonna have to stay that way. You get older, your head top start looking mad. Okay.
We ain't gonna be hard men, you know what I mean?
It's not the
All
end of
this
the
shit.
world. Guys head tops start looking crazy. Now all of a sudden they're running through the scriptures to justify wearing a fitted cap while you know. Well, is it technically prophesied?
Like,
No.
bro.
Why?
Just take off the hat,
Just
man.
take off the hat. I know your head top's crazy. But it's what it is, bro.
It's all right. That hat can get put on after camp, man. You know what I mean? Teach
The rest of the week,
after
like,
you got all. Yeah, man.
Even the man that indoors, they're wearing a cap. You're wearing sunglasses and a cap.
Bro, the head top is looking wild. But we're not selling head tops.
Even if you're indoors, why are you wearing sunglasses as well? Like, these guys are just demented.
Right, okay, I got a roll, man.
You got work, yeah.
So these man are demented.
Yeah, go on.
These man are demented, you know what I'm saying? Because even in you got certain guys. Yeah, no, go ahead. It's quite late, innit? You even got certain men that come into this truth, like talking about they're the highest priest. But in Ezekiel the 40th chapter, it told you about the Levites and the priest, and that they're supposed to hold their head on a regular. It says on a regular you're supposed to hold your head.
NLT says regularly.
Yeah, regularly pull your head. It doesn't say that let your shit roll to your locks and everything conjoint and everything like dreadlocks. That's off, man. Or get a Jericho dripping with Jericho juice, you know, Soul Glow and all that. Coming to America type style, and then we're all fitted on top. That's off, man. You know what I'm saying? These guys are of the world, man. They do worldly shit.
Shalom, Mark, Shalom.
Amos 9:9. For lo, I will command and I will sift the house of Israel among all nations. Like as corn is sifted in a sieve, yet shall not the least grain fall upon the earth.
Yeah, and that's a specific number of men that are grounded in this truth, man. That you have Yahweh Shai as a foundation, Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai as a strong foundation, man. They ain't out here pushing no Most High in Christ blessed. They ain't pushing no Jesus the Christ talk and all that. They're pushing the true foundation of this truth, which is the true names of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai in the ancient Hebrew. And they're teaching according to what they've been taught by the apostles and elders of their group, the right way. There's only one true doctrine, man. All these other guys are coming in, mixing and matching and adding and taking away from the scriptures because they're not sure. They're not sure in the prophecies, man. They're not sure. They haven't got a sure word of prophecy. The IUIC as of late, every week they're just, mixing and mangling the scriptures, man. They're remixing the scriptures every week. You know, Pastor Nate, I call him Pastor Nate now. He's moving like a Catholic priest, man. That guy's IUIC is the acronym for Israelites United in Catholicism right now, man. Because they ain't got nothing. What they're pushing has got nothing to do with the scriptures in Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, man. What they're pushing is that straight Roman Catholicism madness, man. Doctrine of hell, and all this burning in eternal hell and all this,
That's not
Talk
even
about
new.
it.
That's all. It's all old.
Nero was the mark of the beast and all this other, all this other shit, man. Jewish fables, man. And these guys ain't gonna make it. So what the brother read, talking about Amos 9, talking about the elect, they're being sifted by the word, by the Holy One, like it tells you in the book of Baruch, by the word of the Holy One, you know, from the east to the west. But it's a spiritual sifting, man, you know, and it's not about, like brothers was talking about earlier, it's not about the physical outward appearance, it's about the spiritual enlightenment, man. That's what it's about. And that goes into the second covenant as well, because it's about the Lord dealing with the inward part, and then when we get into the kingdom, then you'll be you know, rewarded openly with the physical, man. But even the Lord said the kingdom of heaven dwelleth within you, man. It's a spiritual enlightenment that we're dealing with here.
And just to quote too, even the scripture says, rent not your garments, but rent your hearts.
Rent your hearts,
And that shows you that, like, if they probably is elect in IUIC, they're gonna jump out of that before it's too late. But that shows you that the rest of them are under a demonic curse and a spell. Because if your leader is changing it on a weekly basis, that's gonna raise the alarm.
Brother's got the receipts, man.
Yeah, it's like it's video footage of the same man.
Years upon years of receipts of this guy mixing and mangling the same precepts and changing up and adding and taking away. You know, trying to look for new ways to break down the mark where it says mark in another precept. You're trying to say, yeah, see, that's the mark. It ain't got nothing to do with the book of Job, but you're trying to say that's the mark in the book of Job. You're bugging out, man. And the scripture says these guys will wax worse and worse.
Precept.
I got one more verse. Amos 9 and 10. All the sinners of my people shall die by the sword, which say, the evil shall not overtake nor prevent us.
And that's for guys in the world, so-called the Pastor Tobies, all them demons over there, them deviants, the prosperity doctrine deviants out there. But that's also for guys in this truth, man. Because they're meddling with things they're not supposed to be, man. They're prophesying a false divination to our people, man. Saying that, well, no damnation, Jacob trouble's not gonna come. And when you get caught out there, you're mixing and matching your words, man. You have to go back and do some damage control. I never said that. I said it will come, but you morons. If you listen to me, you morons. Doing damage control because you don't even have like strong foundation in what you're saying. You don't even remember that you was butchering the scriptures a week before. So a lot of guys in this truth that's going to be found out to be feigners of the word, and that's why the spotlight keeps getting shed on them every week. It's not us. It's the Lord Yahweh Shai, man. It's through your Heavenly Father Yahweh putting the spotlight, just like in the 7 churches of Asia Minor, the Lord put spotlights on these different groups. Because they were doing something wrong. They was doing something inadequate to the teaching, man, to the ministry. And it was added sin to sin.
1 Timothy chapter 4, verse 1. Now the Spirit speaketh expressly that in the latter times some shall depart from the faith.
And that's another proof that we're in the latter days. We're in the last days of the last days right now. And certain men that you thought was sturdy in this truth, had a concrete mindset, strong in the faith, they're bugging the fuck out, man. And these guys go from top leaders to, menial guys that's in the truth. Got guys bouncing from camp to camp, cheerleading, talking about, the reason why I left this group and the reason why I left that group. Because they ain't got no strong foundation, man. So many shall depart. Go ahead.
It says, giving heed to seducing spirits and doctrines of devils.
Yeah, for guys teaching you that hell exists, there's some pit underneath the earth where you're gonna smolder forever. Your soul's gonna be on fire forever, which makes no fucking sense at all. When the reincarnation's in the Bible, that's a doctrine of the devil, man. That's a seducing spirit, and that seducing spirit is running rife in Israel right now. It's very strong, like the apostles and elders were saying, man. That spirit we always used to be contentious. We always used to rebuke it. Now that spirit is just heavy on Israel right now. You got Jakes bugging out, thinking that hell is the actual place that's underneath the earth, man. They're moving like Roman Catholics, man. That was never taught in One West. That was never taught, when the apostles came on the YouTube, all of a sudden hell exists. It don't make no fucking sense.
Speaking lies in hypocrisy, having their conscience seared with a hot iron.
You could put faces to the names when you read those precepts. You could put Bishop Nate in there. You could put, certain guys in ICPK in there. You could definitely put Ricard from the GOCC in there. He's in what's that mermaid land. He's with the mermaids and all that.
For the Caribbean type shit.
He probably believes in all kinds of shit, man. Anunnaki and all of that stuff. And then you got other guys as well that, you know, the Baal camps, they're bugging out, talking about the 2/3 not going to be in the kingdom. This is a lot of fucking seedy bullshit that's going on, where the Lord's just weeding these guys out. That's basically what it is. The Lord's weeding out the feigners of this truth, man. And he's keeping the ones that he, like it tells you in Malachi 3:18. Then that should be known who serveth the Lord and who serveth him not, man. By the doctrine that they teach you.
Yeah, I got a precept. Yeah, this is
Done
when
with it, done with yours?
yes, yeah, this is when you mentioned the Lord has the highlight on it. This is Romans 16 and verse 17. Now I beseech you, brethren, mark them which cause divisions and offenses contrary to the doctrine which ye have learned and avoid them.
Can't. That's exactly what we do. That's what from apostles and elders on down. Anything that gets pushed out there that's not a part of this doctrine, it gets warded out straight away. There's a little leaven for the whole lump. So we have to get rid of it. This is like a virus that spreads. If you don't get rid of that virus from the jump, once that shit spreads, you're gonna have to do some all kinds of type of, you know, serious, you know, surgery to get rid of that cancer, man. You have to cut off your breast, cut off your arms, all that shit. You know, but before that happens, you can get to the seed of the problem before it starts spreading. So that's what apostles and elders are there for, man, because they're the true presbytery that, you know, people are, you know, come up against. They don't want to accept that they're the apostles and the elders the Lord's dealing with. But it's through the Rakah Kodash, Yahweh Hashem Yahushua has chosen certain men, you know, that he's dealing with from the beginning, you know, to push this word, especially in these last days, man. And people just have to, you know, knuckle down and accept that, man. Stop being emotional. But those are the men of the Lord. So when they see something that's not right, and it's this doctrines that's getting pushed, like the tribe of Dan exists, all this other shit, you know, flat earth doctrines, all this other shit that's been out throughout all these years, man, you know, they get to it straight away and they cut that shit out, man. And we're supposed to be like the same like-minded state. It says to earnestly contend for the faith. If you're a true apologist, which means to defend the gospel, that's what you do, man. You ward off the wolves and the, you know, in sheep's clothing and all of that. Like the vocabs, all these guys come up against this truth. They're nothing but you know, deviants, man. You have to ward them off with their vain doctrines and all of that, man. But even more so, the Lord said in Titus, you got to be more mindful of them of the circumcision. Guys that are supposed to be well, you know, knowledged in this truth. You got to be more wary of them because they're supposed to know better, and they're still going off.
Which makes them the worst demons, really.
Yeah, some of them are doing it purposefully, some of them are doing it without knowing, indirectly. But more time, because a lot of these guys sold out behind closed doors, man. They took a backdoor deal, and now they basically can't turn back. But they don't want to turn back. They don't want to repent. So that's what we do. If you finish that, I don't think you finished it. That verse, you finished it yet? No, you finished it. Yeah. All right, so that's what it is, man. So anything we see that's not contrary to this truth, we mark it, which is skopeo in the Greek, which means to mark them, you know, to set your sights on people and warn the flock. Because the true watchman warn the flock, man. The Lord said it, man. If you love his sheep and his herd, his sheep and his flock, you know, feed his flock and all that, feed my sheep. That's being a watchman, man. That's being a true watchman. You watch for what intruders. Like David and all that. David was a true shepherd, man. Why? Because he wasn't just tending to the sheep, making sure they was fed. He was warding off intruders. He was fighting off lions and shit. That's just like in this truth. You got to fight off lions. You got to fight off wolves and shit coming to take the sheep in this truth. It's spiritual, man. Go ahead.
This is John chapter 10, verse 11. I am the good shepherd. The good shepherd giveth his life for the sheep. But he that is an hireling and not a shepherd, whose own the sheep are not, seeth the wolf coming and leaveth the sheep and fleeth. And the wolf catcheth them and scattereth the sheep. The hireling fleeth because he is an hireling and careth not for the sheep.
And that's what the Lord said in Matthew, man. He said he sent us in the midst of sheep, midst of wolves. He sent us out sheep in the midst of wolves. It's the same precepts, man.
Yeah.
Why did he say that? Because he knew what we was gonna have to go through, deal with in these last days, man. Yeah. And not every brother that puts on a garment is a brother, man. Even the Lord said in the Matthew 13 and 9 and 10 is given unto you, it's not given unto all Israel. Those were Israelites he was speaking to. It weren't the Edomites he was speaking to. with the other nations. You was talking about other Israelites, wicked ass Israelites. They can't get this truth, man. It's not for them. The 2/3. And the 2/3 are amongst us right now. In this truth as well. Infiltrating, spying out our liberty and all of that. Being a bunch of COINTELPROs for the government and, you know, sellouts and all of that. And we got a lot of that going on right now. The apostasies and all that talk about in the book of Jude, the apostates and all that. The book of Jude. Guys falling away from the faith and all that, you know, lacking faith, being disenchanted, doubting this truth. We got to deal with all of that shit, man. That's why you have to have a strong foundation. And yeah, and it makes sense you mentioned like Amos 9, verse 10, because it talks about the tabernacles of David. And then you just mentioned about the shepherd caring for the life of the sheep. We talked about David just a minute ago. How he tended to the sheep, man. So this is a very everything lines up, man. It's all spiritual. Go ahead.
This is Galatians 1 and 8. But though we
Start at 6.
this is Galatians 1 and 6. I marvel that ye are so soon removed from him that called you into the grace of Amasha and to another gospel.
Yeah, because you got a lot of guys that was once enlightened to this truth. They was teaching the right doctrine. All of a sudden, they're more and more distancing themselves from the actual truth that they learn. Like Bishop Nate, once again, over 20 years ago, he was teaching the true name in Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. And now, 25 years later, he's saying that we don't have the Hebrew, we don't know the name, and all this other shit. You know, that's why Paul said that, man. You've been far removed to another gospel, man. Some Roman Catholic shit, man. Because that's not of this truth. We're coming out of the same Bible, but those Catholicism, that Roman Catholicism, is straight up witchcraft, man. They ain't got nothing to do with the Bible, and they ain't got nothing to do with the Lord. Go ahead.
Which is not another, but there be some that trouble you, and would pervert the gospel from Mashiach.
Yeah, they're perverting the gospel, man. Because the gospel is about who? The elect of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua being delivered. It's not about saving all nations. The church teach that all nations can be saved. That's not what the Bible says. So that's another gospel. You know, are you finished that?
No, yeah,
Go ahead.
but though we, or an angel from heaven, preach any other gospel unto you than that which we have preached unto you, let him be accursed.
So even if an angel came to you and said, look, man, this is the real doctrine and all that, you got to rebuke that angel, man, in the name of the Lord. You know, because that's not the truth, man. That's not what the gospel says.
The example of that prophet that was given that instruction to go by the Lord, and then he listened to the false prophet and he got killed for it.
Yeah.
He bring forth judgment to the Gentiles.
Yes, the elect, man. It's about the elect. So the elect have got a certain spirit, a different spirit than the rest of Israel, man. So they're not going to be persuaded or deceived, like it says in the Matthews, man. If it was possible, the elect would be deceived, but it's not possible. They got a specific spirit on them, like a hedge around them regarding this ministry, man. So whatever they teach is always, to the T, to the core, man, to the truth, to the source of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua in this ministry. They're not gonna deviate and start adding on and taking away, no matter how good it sounds or whatever it is, man. They're gonna teach what the Lord told them to teach. You know? They ain't gonna deviate, man. They're gonna stay on course. Go ahead.
This is Romans chapter 11 and 7. What then? Israel have not obtained that which he seeketh for, but the election have obtained it, and the rest were blinded.
And that's what you're going to come to find out. These last days, a lot of jakes are going to be, spiritually blind, dumb, deaf, and blind from the neck up. Especially going into next year, 2025, man. Like brothers are saying, we ain't even seen nothing yet, man. When all hell breaks loose, man, then you're going to see who's who, man. Who's really about this truth and all that. Because a lot of guys like to talk a good game. But when shit hits the fan, we're going to see who's really about that life, man. Who's really willing to go out for Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. From the leaders on down to the lowest of us, man. But the Lord's he's gonna have a specific spirit on his men, his elect. No matter what they're going through, no matter what hurdles, whatever, if brothers get arrested and all that, put in concentration camps, they're gonna endure unto the end, man. Because they know what they've been promised, which is salvation.
Romans 11 says, how does it go, man? It says, I reserved, what is it, 7,000 men?
Yeah,
Shall
yeah,
I bow
he's
down to the
in that same precept.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, and they're not going to bow down, they need to bow, meaning when it comes to the mark of the beast, even if they put their head in the guillotine, they're not going to take that seat, man. They're not going to denounce the names of Yahweh Bashim, Yahweh Shai. That's what they all say, like, do you denounce your power and all that? You know, when Esau grabs them up and all that, denounce this name and all that. They're not going to denounce the name. You're going to have to, you're basically just going to have to kill them, man, because they're not going to denounce shit, and they're not going to take that mark of the beast.
I have a precept. This is the book of Revelation 14:3, and they sung, as it were, a new song before the throne and before the four beasts and the elders, and no man could learn that song but the 144,000 which were redeemed from earth. These are they which were not defiled with women, for they are virgins.
Yeah, what's it mean to be defiled by women? Other philosophies. You know, believing in Esau's system and all that, putting their trust in Egypt. They wasn't beguiled by that. They knew that it was all BS, man.
Doctrines.
Yeah, all the doctrines or Esau's, you know, all that, you know, this new technology wave and all of that. They didn't fall for it, man. They all knew it was that there was a, you know, a serpent part of the serpent's poison, man. You know.
Have a bit more. It says, these are they which follow the Lamb whithersoever he goeth. These were redeemed from among men, being the first fruits unto the Most High and to the Lamb. And in their mouth was found no guile, for they are without fault before the throne of the Most High.
Yeah, the first fruits is another way of saying the elect.
Yeah.
So those are the same men that are going to follow the Lord wherever so he goeth, you know, meaning even if they have to die for this truth, man, they're willing to go all out for the Lord, man. We ain't got no life, we ain't living in this world anyway. What's our life in this world, man? It's nothing but, you know, vapor. You know, comes and it goes, we just catching hell every day. You wake up every morning, you get more and sick and tired of this place. Every morning you have to wake up. We're not enjoying staying here.
As scripture says, Lot vexed with the filthy conversation of the wicked.
Get me? That's it. We don't enjoy this place, man, because we know this place is not it. And you know, we know something better and greater and more righteous is set to come upon this earth, man. And it needs to come, man. That's why, you know, we get happy when we see some type of destruction and calamity taking across the earth. We get happy, man, because we want judgment to come and tear this place up. Hopefully those nuclear missiles, man, which will happen. That day, that judgment day is going to happen very soon, man. It's inevitable. Like Apostles Tahar was going into the word inevitable, means eventually it's going to happen, man. It's not a far reach. It might not happen when you think it is, but it's definitely going to happen. That's why we have to have faith and endure.
Well, Rashab, I may add too, because you know, like, as you mentioned earlier before, right, how we have the kingdom of heaven within our hearts. So when we visualize the kingdom, when we compare it to this world right here that we're in right now, that makes us even more, you know, depressed mode to a degree. You know? Yeah, psychological torture, man.
That's it, man.
The scripture says, here we have no continuing sin.
Yeah. You forgot it.
This is the book of Hebrews, the 13th chapter, verse 14. For here we have no continuing city, but we seek one to come. Let me just quickly answer.
Yeah, because this is not our rest, man. You know, this is not the end of us, man. This is the end of Esau's reign of terror on the earth. This is the end of Esau's rule on this world, man. Because he's been ruling in the tirade for how many centuries now, man? But it's coming to his light end. That's why you got a lot of these elites. They're in panic mode right now. A lot of them are trying to jump ship. They're trying to find out what neutral lands and neutral countries they can, you know, elope to escape the nuclear missile destruction. They're trying to buy bunkers and all that. You've got Zuckerberg buying setting up a bunker in Hawaii. There's no point. Hawaii is going to be toast, man. Because Hawaii is too close to the mainland. To the mainland, man. So what's the point of putting a bunker down there? But that's what these elites are doing, because they know what's coming, man. The elites. If people had the right mindset, they'll be in the mindset of what the elites are doing right now. They'll be trying to jump ship, man, trying to elope, you know, because they're not none the wiser. and the elites don't give a fuck about them. They're not even trying to warn them, man. Just like in that movie 2012, you had all the rich elite, top scientists and all that, the Russians and all that, jumping on that ship. I think he left his girlfriend behind and all that, man. Like, fuck this bitch, man. Took his daughters, jumped on the ship, took the dogs, you know? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how it's gonna be. People are just out for themselves, man. But they're wicked elite. They're definitely out for themselves. All they're doing is preserving themselves for slavery, man. Because we need slaves in the kingdom, and they're gonna be the first crop. No matter where the elites go and hide, whether it's above the earth, like it tells you in Amos 9, or whether it's in the mountains of Carmel, or underneath in the deep depths of the water, man, the ocean, blue sea, and all that. No matter where they're hiding. The angels and the elect of the first fruit, they're going to find those suckers and put them in cargo slave ships, man. Cart their asses over to the mainland, the homeland, the motherland, Israel, to build up our kingdom, man. You know, that's what exactly what those elites they're being preserved for. They're being preserved because they're gonna make it into the kingdom of heaven. They're being preserved for slavery.
Forgot about it, man.
And they got a job to do.
They got
I
a
remember
long
like
job
when
to
I
do.
lost it now, you know.
Because even with the elites, it's like you go back
it's mad,
like
'cause I
10,
was
15
thinking
years,
just in the
they were
car,
prideful.
Yeah,
They hadn't really been touched like that. They'll still, like they've essentially enthroned already. But like now you've had what? You had them dropping like flies.
Yeah.
You had them
Seeing
getting,
chariots.
yeah.
They're in
Now
panic
it's,
mode, man.
yeah, it's become real. Now it's actually it's flipped.
Yeah,
To where now it's like there was a point in time they were like, yo, nothing you're waiting for has been fulfilled. Now it's the flip side.
Witchcraft ain't working as strong as it used to now, man. Deceivement and manipulation, it's not working as hard as much as it used to because people are starting to see, you know, the
Chinks in the
what these
armor,
Edomites,
innit?
yeah, chinks in the armor. They're starting to see these Edomites who they truly are, the devil. That's why Netanyahu's next on the line, man. People want Netanyahu, people want Starmer's neck. You know, people want these top leaders next because they realize these Edomites are really just devils, man. And they're never going to change, man.
That's it. Second Ezra's in it. They shall not regard the kings nor princes.
Exactly.
They're gonna get to the point where they're gonna think, fuck these.
That's why Luigi took up my man, the healthcare guy the other week. Took that guy out. He didn't give a shit.
He's a hero.
Yeah,
People in the world are looking at him like he's a hero.
And there's more that's gonna come. 2025, more that's gonna be. You're gonna be seeing all that type of Bane shit. Jenkins, it's yours. You're gonna be seeing a lot of Banes in 2025, man.
Yeah.
You know, Mozambique, they had a prison release and all that, about 1,500 men.
It don't matter what phone.
We're gonna have a lot of that shit more and more.
And every phone I get, you've seen that.
Major cities and
This is a new thing.
prison outbreaks and all that.
And the phone's
You know,
still bugging out, bro.
People getting held for ransom. You know?
You can't make that up, bro.
Yeah,
Like, it's not
gonna
that.
get lawless out here. It's
That's
gonna get
model.
lawless, especially you know when this guy
You
gets
know why it's not that
inaugurated,
model?
man.
Because it
You put him in
happens.
that demon seat as a new president,
Any
man.
model
Trump.
there
And you got this new H5N
keeps fucking up.
spreading, you know, that they're gonna try and, you know, proliferate and all that
Look at
as
it,
the new
bro.
pandemic.
So
So all hell could break loose, man, and from the drop of January, man, which we're hoping for. You know? Yeah,
That's how these years have been going. It's like the next year comes in,
preparation.
everyone's like, yo, I wish I could go back to last year. That's why. Because as soon as they're in, it's like 2 weeks in, they're like, yo, why we? I remember 2024, everyone 2 weeks in, they're like, yo, I thought it was gonna get better. Like that, now they're not even. All that hope is out the window.
You know, and the scripture said that these elites are going to be in straits in these last days. So that goes into the straits, man. Go ahead.
So the scripture says they're going to say to the rocks, fall on us.
Yeah,
Like,
I
got
got
that,
I'll read from them like 13, you know what it says, the stars and all that, from heaven.
This is Revelation chapter 6 and verse 13. It says, and the stars of heaven fell unto the earth, even as a fig tree casteth her untimely figs.
So that's talking about Judgment Day. That's talking about the nuclear missiles held in the land of America, which is going to turn America into a lake of fire. That's what that hell is talking about. Hell is not talking about some pit underneath the earth where Constantine and all that sending you know, send the souls of the dead back to hell. Constantine and all that, you know, all that madness that they show you in the movies with Keanu Reeves. That's not talking about that. The lake of fire is talking about America being set on fire. Being set on fire and being imploded with nothing but smoke and at fervent heat, which is not going to be quenched, man. That's what that lake of fire represents, man. Is the stars falling from heaven. Because like Apostle said, when John saw it in the Revelation, you know, as a revelation, he saw it as like the figs falling from a fig tree, and actually thinking the stars was actually falling from heaven. But what he was seeing was nuclear missiles, man.
Yep.
He just couldn't put it in those words. Didn't finish that.
Says, when she is shaken of a mighty wind, and the heaven departed as a scroll. And the heaven departed as a scroll when it is rolled together.
Yeah, what's going to make the heavens depart as a scroll? The mushroom clouds, man. You had that movie that came out late last year, Oppenheimer. He was Robert Oppenheimer. He was bragging and boasting about how he created the atom bomb. And they show you in the movie that he had used to have visions of mushroom clouds before he actually created that experiment and all that, the atom bomb. He used to have visions of, you know, mushroom clouds and just seeing a whole bunch of fire engulfed in fire and all that smoke, radiation. And that's exactly what the nuclear missiles do, from atomic to nuclear now. So they're that much more powerful. So that's what John was seeing. He saw mushroom clouds, man.
Says, and every mountain and island were moved out of their places, and the kings of the earth and the great men and the rich men and the chief captains and the mighty men and every bondman and every free man hid themselves in the dens and in the rocks of the mountains.
That goes to the book of Amos as well, 9 and 2, where it says that, you know, the rich are going to try and hide in the different rocks and mountains of the earth, underneath the seas and in the heavens, in its little space stations and all that, trying to, you know, escape the nuclear missile destruction, man. That's what it's talking about. And then even in 2012, it had top guys, had generals, scientists, top scientists, and all that. It was all on that fucking ship, man.
Yeah, that's a heavy point. That's a heavy point because a lot the New World Order and the chip and that is like it's for the safety of the elites, man. For their safety, that's a major aspect of it.
For when they want to rebuild.
Right. Yeah. So when they want to rebuild, so they don't get rebellions, or they can control, or exterminate, as they talk about, and all this. Because naturally, they know about kingdoms falling. They know the Romans fell. These are scholars we're dealing with, archaeologists and that. And they know that these different kingdoms fell. Just because you fucking maggots, right? Running around and coke, buzzing around, you know, in the fun fair, you know, club to fun fair to rides. You think this is gonna go on forever? The elites know they ain't gonna go on. They're aware of that. Just because y'all don't know, you know what I'm saying? That's why they're called. That's why they're different to you guys. Like the scriptures, exactly. The scriptures like called them out. You got the chief, you got the synagogue of Satan. You got woe to you, rich men. You got these. It's always mentioning these top people, the Teamanites and all that. Right. So they've got a special judgment coming for them. They're on a different level. So just because you fucking maggots, scoffing while you're watching the videos and that, the opposite side of that is these elites. They're checking. They're watching the men of the Lord. They're watching certain things that, as we're saying, they're doing digs. Okay, they got bunkers. Imagine that. Imagine, you know what I'm saying?
Even when they thinking it's BS, they've taken action. And the bunkers, they're expensive. You look into it, it's like hundreds of millions going into having like generators, air purifiers, water filters, all these things.
Prepping for years. And then them same maggots will come and say, oh, you guys are conspiracy. Them same maggots, you know, that partying and bullshit, because they want to enjoy Christmas and that. They're going to come and say, no, you're just a hater, you're conspiracy theories.
It's always the maggots.
It's always the maggots.
And then the elites, they get spies to try and discredit us as well.
Exactly.
Because they're scared as well.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So we're getting attacked at all angles. But it's always but then, you know what, the elites, but the maggots is true. We used to have like geese with the Simpsons, all they do is go, ha ha. Oh yeah. That's them. That's scoffers. That's a spirit. You know what I mean? Haha. You know, that's a spirit within itself. You got some people that just laugh all day, man. You got niggas, you know what I mean? They got laughing demon on them and shit. You know what I'm saying? Right.
Not sure you're probably still with us.
Right. You got that? So you're gonna have to step it up, man, as they say in the world. So that's what we're saying.
That's it.
Y'all gotta step it up, step your game up, your spiritual game up. Because y'all ain't on that, because you what we're saying. Let's carry on with that and we'll go more into that.
It says, and said to the mountains and rocks, fall on us and hide us from the face of him that sitteth on the throne.
That's why they do them chariot movies, and the Spirit of the Lord's gonna bring that chariot stuff out every more because we're in that time, bro. And that's how the Lord's coming and the angels, yeah. So you fucking maggots, alright? Y'all are gonna have to get with it, man. Y'all gonna have to start getting with it. Well, you ain't got no choice. Because right now, even the government, drones and all this, is fucking with their heads, orbs and all that. So now there's nothing you can't escape it.
Yeah, everyone else is on the same wave, man. It's just the maggots that these guys are thinking, no, it's made up. Your government's got contingencies, your elites have got contingencies. The prophets out here telling you what it is.
Yeah, it's like you said, it costs so much. That it's the fact that it costs millions and shit, and they gotta get the things, they gotta do the digs, they gotta get everything right. Make sure it's in the right kind of part of the earth. There's things they gotta make sure it's running right, and they're putting work into that. So that's how serious they're taking it.
2019 all over.
So you know what? Fuck you maggots and you scoffers. Honestly, the Lord makes us curse. But you know what? It's best to not think about scoffers. But these fucking scoffers, man, they're bugs, bro. Everywhere the light goes, the scoffers. You do a video, they're on the board. Some maggots. You're like, who the fuck are these pieces of shit?
Yeah, that's
You know what I'm saying? You don't know where they just pop up out of nowhere. Like your video might be getting shared on some kind of, like you know what I'm saying? Some kind of board, these scoffers jump on. You know what I'm saying? And they say it's stupid. There's no constructive. You know what I'm saying? And then you like, you know what? Go on, man.
This is 2nd Ezra 15, verse 3. Fear not the imaginations against thee, let not the incredulity of them trouble thee that speak against thee, for all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness.
Yeah, all the unfaithful shall die. So when you're gonna die, there's judgment for being a scoffer. There's punishment for being stupid. There's a scripture in the Apocrypha that mentions that, man. I don't know. I'm gonna have to dig to find that one, but being a stupid, there's a judgment for that. Being a scoffer, there's judgment for that, man. You know what I'm saying? When this really pops off now, that's why the scripture says, wisdom and knowledge shall be stability of the times, of thy times, man. So all you stupid ass motherfuckers laughing and hee hee ha ha and all that, well guess what? We're gonna get the last laugh on y'all. Yeah.
It says Ezekiel 3:4, and he said unto me, Son of man, go get thee unto the house of Israel, and speak with my words unto them. For thou art not sent to a people of a strange speech and of a hard language, but to the house of Israel. Not to many people of a strange speech and of a hard language, whose words thou canst not understand. Surely had I sent thee to them, they would have hearkened unto thee. But the house of Israel will not hearken unto thee.
Yeah, so basically, like you tribes, we're really here to redeem the tribes, but the majority of you are going to be cut off. We know that. That goes without saying. You niggas have got your own culture going on, whether it's Pan-Africanism, whether it's Carnival, Bacchanal and all that. Y'all ain't trying to hear the truth. You ain't trying to keep the holy days, Hanukkah, the Passover, Pesach and all that. So y'all ain't on that. You know what I mean? Y'all have got your own thing going on, you know what I'm saying? Black culture and that and all this. So it is what it is. So, but you know what I'm saying? So if the heathens, they probably would have filled them, took more heat. Because look at them, you niggas, but that's all good, man, because most of these are getting taken out. You're going to get taken out, you're going to get judged.
Surely had I sent thee to them, they would have hearkened unto thee. But the house of Israel will not hearken unto thee, for they will not hearken unto me. For all the house of Israel are impudent and hard-hearted. Behold, I have made thy face strong against their faces, and thy forehead strong against their foreheads. As an adamant harder than flint have I made thy forehead. Fear them not.
So that proves that this is for the elect. You ain't going to wake up black people Right? And, you know what I mean? And then you tribes going like this truth is just for black. What do you mean black people, man? There's this all the tribes and then the Israelite foreigners, and then you get other camps that get mad at that. But that's all good. Y'all have you can have that because we ain't dealing with it. The scriptures ain't dealing with black people, man. It's dealing with the 12,000 from each tribe, and then the great multitude. You got Israelites. Also, you got Israelites. The seed is scattered from the planet Earth. And that's just one generation, 2 generations. We always give you examples on that. We're known for bringing that out. You know what I'm saying? But they get mad at that. They get mad at that. Then we bring out that. But Jakes, what about the Jakes that pop them bitches in Vietnam in the war and that? What about all those them youths and that then that come out then? What are they? Where are they at? What do they look like? So you're gonna have Jakes that have been doing that back in the ancient world, man. A matter of fact, the scripture where it says the sons of God got with the daughters of men. That was mighty Jakes. All right, because now you get like Jakes, you got mighty Jakes, right, in NFL, basketball. You know, they do the same thing. Jakes are look, you know what I'm saying? So back then, Jakes were getting with them popping different women, because you can't do that. How about that? You can't do that.
It's in the law actually that if you go to war and get the women, you cut their nails, shave their head, give them 30 days to mourn their people, and then you can pop them.
Yeah, so there's laws on conquering other nations. Women. There's actually laws on that. So how about that then?
And even Solomon too, he had 1,000 concubines of King David. He had concubines.
Right. And they were, you know what, when he was the wisest king, people would give you the women. In the kingdom, that other nations are going to be like, look, man, they want to be caught. They want to be.
Blessings, man.
Yeah. They're going to want exactly blessings. Look, y'all get mad when we say that. Right now, people do that for Esau, so-called white man. Goop Chinese. They come over to England and you know, you niggas even, man. You can tell, if you're a black bitch and she deals with Edomites, you can see it on her. You've got a certain look. You see what I'm saying? There's a certain sheet around there, man. Like a certain. That fucking show Rosie is Jim, man. You got that look, man. Rosie and Jim. You know what I'm saying?
Isaiah 60:11.
You fucking Latino bitches. You know what I'm saying?
They think they're white.
Yeah. I'm Spanish. What the fuck are you talking about, man? You from Spain? Spanish from Spanish. What are you talking about? What are you going on about? That's stupid.
Crazy. That's the first one.
Like they're going like people in Spain, look at them like they say, they're fucking stupid motherfuckers. I'm Spanish, so Spanish food, Spanish, Latina, Spanish. Nigga, you stupid, man. You fucking stupid motherfuckers. You got colonized by those people. Alright, how about that? That's common knowledge. You know? But then a lot of it goes back to racism. Well, I don't want to be black. You know what I mean? Everyone just got a problem with. That's why Judah gets it the worst. Oh, about I'm Spanish, they're black, and all this fucking bullshit, man. You stupid motherfuckers.
White supremacy.
Like they're indigenous or something. I'm Spanish. Nigga, you're indigenous or whatever the fucking word. You know, because if it's God, you can't say certain words.
The Mongolan.
They keep changing what you know. God ain't playing with none of it. They don't want to call it India. They don't want to call it India. They get it right.
I'm Apache. Like, nothing else.
So I was gonna say them Angolans are the worst because they will be like straight up Angolan, like 400% Angolan. But then I'm Portuguese. You're looking at this guy like, bruh.
We used to live with them niggas, man. Every time we speak to them and say, where you from? You say, I'm Portuguese. We're like, no, you from the Congo.
So you asked him where he's from, and he said he's Portuguese.
Yeah.
So where the fuck are you from?
Yeah.
He didn't even answer the question.
No. They love that Portuguese. They're like, I'm from the fucking Angola. What are you talking about? You
That's like, come on, man. That's ridiculous, man. That's ridiculous.
that slave
He
mentality.
didn't want to say he's from Angola. So I'm Portuguese. You could be a Portuguese nigga in Angola, man. Where are you from, man? Where are you from? Where are you from? You don't want to do it up.
No.
Oh, you know. You know what I'm saying?
Kufuta and all that. You always hear them talking. Kufuta and all that. They love that Portuguese like it's some high level language or something.
He was a colonized, so kind of Portuguese, so about some Portuguese.
No one after citizenship.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
Go ahead, man.
Isaiah chapter 60 verse 22. A little one shall become 1,000, and a small one a strong nation. I, the Lord, will hasten it in his time.
Yeah, because if you have some black British guy, where you from? I'm English. But people want to know where are you Nigerian, you Caribbean, where you at? Where's your life? Right. No, I'm English, man. You don't look at that nigga like, you know,
you trying to do, bro?
British, you know.
So I know you
British
support
and
Arsenal, bro. Calm down.
Oh, by the way, we always go into, we ruled Britain. You know what I'm saying? As a matter of fact, when you go into the
Parliament.
Middle Ages, but even before that, when you go back, you had Japhet here and shit, man. The time of the Romans and shit. The Japhites up in the Scotland and that. You know what I'm saying? Then you had Celtic tribes and shit as well in England. So you had dark nations all up and down England.
You so admitted it as well?
He admitted it multiple times, different accounts, different ways. He's admitted it. He's fucking admitted it, man. But just because they put it, no, but actually they have put it, some of it on the BBC. They put it on, they've admitted it in articles and different things. They've admitted it. They've admitted it.
A lot of them Japhites, they was fucking Esau's army, the Roman armies up. That's why Esau don't really claim it. Not to say he didn't really conquer them like that. They was fucking their asses up with the Pixies and the Druids and all of that.
Yeah, the Druids were fighting.
The Roman armies, they got certain moves that they did.
Rascals.
Taking out their legions. Taking out their legions.
The Picts, yeah. When you look at how the way they look just like the Maoris, where this boxers from New Zealand, man. Joseph Parker.
Oh yeah, Joseph Parker. Yeah,
He's Maoris, and they're Japhites, right? Which there's a lot of Jake around amongst them too.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? But they get oppressed and shit over there. They get oppressed over in their land.
There's one movie I watched recently.
That's what we do.
Goldie Pump. Female. She was Japhet and they fucked up with the witchcraft and all that as well. And they messed up the legions and all that. The Roman legions. Messing them up.
She Japhet or she a Celt? I think she was a Celt, bro. But I could be wrong. I'm sure she
Queen Boudica.
Queen Boudica.
I believe she was a Pict.
I watched it. I remember I looked it up.
Yeah, you look it up.
Quick precept. Isaiah 25 and 7.
So I remember that.
And he will destroy in this mountain the face of the covering cast over all the people, and the veil that is spread over all nations.
Yeah, because everyone's going to realize that all these derogatory terms that they got from these Europeans, Greeks, Ethiopians, they're not actually their biblical names. They got biblical names in the Bible. Their names go back to Cush, or Elam, or Ishmael. Ham had 4 sons, man. So one of those, even all those different Hamitic tribes and nations, they go back to one of the four sons of Ham. They're not African like Esau called it. The word African just means not hot. You know, a free gas or whatever they call it means not hot. That whole land is a hot continent. That's why they call it Africa, because it's a hot land.
Yeah, not cold.
It's not cold. Or not cold, I mean, sorry, it's a free gas, which means not cold. So that's why they call it Africa, or it goes back to Africanus. Scipios Africanus, which is a Roman general that went and named that land that land. So that's when you check out the history, that's the veil being lifted off these colonizers that went around the whole world colonizing the whole earth. They put their titles on all the nations, right? Because the Chinese weren't called Chinese before Esau got over there. It was called the land of Moab, Moabites. Ammon was called Ammon. Esau came over there and changed up their whole, you know.
And now they got to do damage control.
Yeah.
They will bring out the truth in all areas.
Celts, man. But I don't know Celts.
Celts.
Yeah, the Celts, definitely Celts.
To your point as well, Esau's giving people citizenship like it's a nationality. Like he's giving, like, because you can go to China and become a Chinese citizen and get a passport, and then you can get a visa, get your stay, and then get the passport and get naturalized. Then you can do that here as well, but that doesn't necessarily mean that you.
Yeah, it's a citizenship.
It's a citizenship.
That's like the Apostle Paul.
Like, Apostle
He was
Paul
a Roman citizen, but he was from the tribe of Benjamin.
He wasn't Edomite.
He was an Israelite from the tribe of Benjamin.
Yeah, man. And so when the law comes back to bring judgment, like he was talks about shepherding, setting the sheep on the right hand and the goats on the left, he's going to judge people according to their biblical nations, not like the landmass that they happen to be living in at the time that he arrives. Because even like during the Passover, you had Jews that were out of different lands, even speaking the languages of the lands that they were scattered in, coming back to celebrate in Jerusalem because they were Israelites, you know.
Yeah, you even had what the fuck was I gonna say? Oh yeah, when Romans were conquering Britain at that time, it was one of the campaigns was with Septimius Severus. Septimius Severus.
Isn't he buried in York or something?
Yeah, I think he got buried over here. So these campaigns were up here.
There's a monument in the city. They brought that on ITV. You know, that big fat black woman. She was going into it. Yeah, that woman. Yeah. And they were going into it. That he was actually a so-called black man. Yeah.
She was singing. She was shocked. She was singing back in the like she was contained like
It's like that bitch was tight with it. It's from Bristol, man. What's on this morning now that she's kind of big as well. The harsh British like accent from over there as well. You know?
That's Severus. She brought out the icon.
Yeah.
Brought out the icon showing that he was a dark-skinned man.
And his family as well.
Colonizers prayed with that Renaissance art.
Kind.
And he was the first emperor to conquer the Great Britain.
But you know what he's been doing with this witchcraft is because of the whole woke thing. Now when you're bringing out this history, you'll get people that oh, that's just woke. Oh, they're changing history. It's not now, but these people existed. This is who they were.
And listen, I know that I'm not going to mention a specific area. She's not far. But that's BS though.
Yeah.
Because Esau wants a way out with everything. And now they're riding for that with GB News. Everything they bring out now. That's what they're doing. Or however they're putting it, you know, and then you even got Piers Morgan. He argues with Jakes about slavery and that. Can you believe that they're doing this? That's that same spirit that would put your ass in slavery. It's the same shit. That's the same spirit coming back. What do you mean? You know this like what would you call that, man? This British Empire, liberal British Empire. You know what I mean?
The sun never sets.
That old school spirit, man. We didn't do it. Or the ones that did it again. Yeah.
Get over it.
Get over it. Right. How come you're making us feel bad?
We pay for that.
You need to get out and all this. What? But that's what he's doing. That's crazy. But you know what? You can't. It's the reason why that's happening as well, though, is because the elites are trying to get rid of slavery and get us out the way. That's really why it's happening. Why is it happening all of a sudden?
Rewrite history.
Rewrite history, bro.
The old world. Get rid of the old world.
What preset?
To show you that in that Michael B. Jordan movie, Fahrenheit. Yeah, and they're burning the books. And they're going around burning records and burning books in the modern age.
Yeah.
Now there was now
That was
apparently
that movie was a remake of Equilibrium, isn't it?
right.
The black version, basically.
There was a thing. I think the Bible was. They had to take the Bible out somewhere in Texas. Yeah, Bible was moved to Texas school district after banning sexually explicit content. So
It even goes back to George Orwell's 1984. You know, rewrite history, get rid of the whole history and all that.
that's something that I think there's a few different books they've kind of done it with, but then they can easily now with like the whole woke thing, they can say, oh, we don't want to, make our kids prejudice or whatever. We don't need to teach slavery. It's making them think it's their fault.
But that's even why recently they said they're going to come out with a AI Bible. They're going to come out with an AI Bible, so you don't have to, deal with the King James no more. They want to change everything.
Break it down for you.
No, that's a good. Yeah, but you know what? They don't know how it works, man. Because first of all, reincarnations in the scriptures, which that goes over you motherfuckers' heads, right? Which we'll go into. That goes way over your heads. Then also, it's just there's nothing. There's divine justice. Like when we went in slavery, we could have said the same thing. Well, the forefathers sinned. We could use that shit. Or this happened, that happened. Why did all of us go in there then? Everyone can say that. Anyone can try and pull that card. Okay, why was all of us and our children getting raped, grabbed them? You know what I'm saying? When the Edomites were coming and doing that, they didn't give a fuck about who, what, where, and when, who. So, and that's what nations do actually when they conquer other nations. So what are we talking about here? If you want to get on that level,
Brothers was bringing out information saying even before we got on the ships, Edomites was known for casting spells on us, casting spells on the tribes before they got on the cargo slave ships. That's making sure that them curses stuck to them.
Yeah, but you know what? See, these people don't understand. It was a small hat, and it wasn't people going. It was random. No, this was a planned attack. This was masonry. This was witchcraft. A lot of the people behind slavery, they were top level witches and shit, man. Do you know what I'm saying? That's real.
Oh, the proof is although it's a different nation, Balaam and Balak.
Yeah.
Because it was like, yo, go curse these people for me, you know.
I've got a precept on that. This is Genesis 27, and 38. And Esau said unto his father, hast thou but one blessing, my father? Bless me even also, O my father. And Esau lifted up his voice and wept. And Isaac his father answered and said unto him, behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth, and the dew of heaven from above. And by the sword shalt thou live, and shalt serve thy brother. And it shall come to pass, when thou shalt have the dominion, that thou shalt break his yoke from off thy neck. So the point being is that, like, how Esau manifested his power through his sword. You know, he understood that when he took over the children of Israel, he'd have to serve them with a sword. So it was a planned attack. You gotta get, if he wants to rule, you've got to get him out of the way. And it tells you about another point to it, the precept of the serpent being more subtle than any in
East of the field.
Yeah, like, and even Esau's.
Wasn't there a damn saying about the Latin tribes about the sword not coming down or something? You know, this blood being.
Oh
Yeah.
Christopher Columbus.
Yeah.
He never put his sword down.
Right.
Yeah.
So that was the colonizers again. So that's proved back in Esau killing the Latinas, Latinos, right, with the sword, and not putting that sword. That's their spirit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
They can't put the sword down. And then even it's like he used like the witchcraft, because the craftiness, like they know, like, you know, I gotta kill you, but I gotta be crafty about it. When you go out to hunt, I'm gonna come and kill all your daughters. I'm gonna cast spells because I know that, you know, I'm gonna entice you to worship other things rather than the Most High power.
Yeah.
And then once you fall into it, I'll get more power because that's my power, and you'll get less.
Judah.
Yeah.
That's why the scriptures call Esau the violent and bloody man. You know, covered in blood. That's why when they deface, they deface the statues, they cover it in blood.
So when they conquered the tribes, what they do, they took away the belief, the faith, the Hebrew. You know what I mean? That's one of the major things that they made them believe in their philosophy, plantation Christianity, which is really backed by pagan idols. You know what I'm saying? That Jesus, the Christ, those statues of worship, that's not Jesus Christ. That's not Yahweh Shai. That's like Serapis Cryptus. You know what I'm saying? It's one of those Greek gods, and it looks like one of them Greek gods, man. What the fuck? It looks just like one of them Greek gods. It's no different to all these other statues they got. Gods and goddesses all put through the city, and all through Rome and all these different countries. France, they got statues like that of gods and goddesses of Greek and Rome, man. No different. Serapis Cryptus right there. You get the history of the Ptolemies and all of that. Well,
It's funny because in Puerto Rico they found some caves, and they said like just some deep dark caves in the earth of Puerto Rico, and it's nothing but Paleo Hebrew written on the walls.
check that. See, this is why we say that you ain't call on Jesus Christ, because that's what they put on you, which is backed by those Greco-Roman idols. They knew what they were doing. That's witchcraft as well. So now you're trying to pray. You know what I mean? What it is? You know what I'm saying?
Roman Catholics,
Giving him power.
You know what I'm saying?
Get the beads and start doing all this.
Right. So if you want to know who's got the truth, it ain't y'all niggas out there, because y'all niggas as a collective are worshipping this Greco-Roman shit. You are. You know what I'm saying? None of y'all have got the truth, man. We got the truth. Y'all are into, you know what I'm saying? All of this. Come on, man. All of you tribes. And you all got churches. You tribes, you niggas out there. You got churches where that's been given to you. You're under what was given to you in slavery. Yeah.
Isaiah chapter 47 verse 12. Stand now with thine enchantments and with the multitude of thy sorceries, wherein thou hast labored from thy youth.
Yeah, because that's how Esau gets down, and you always notice he bigs up the Roman Empire or civilization started with the Greeks. Why does he do that? Because that's where he gets his power from. Yeah. Now he also gets it from the Babylonians. That's where the source is. The Syrians, Babylonians, you know, Iraq and all these kind of ancient places where they got these idols and that, yeah. That's where you go to deep masonry, because Esau, Edom, Greco-Rome, they just took the gods. All these gods just kept repeating on the different names, because there was demons behind these things, man. When Satan comes to these nations, right, and shows them certain things, and that's where they get their power from. So deep masonry and shit like that, yeah. They start going into, like Aleister Crowley. They start going to exactly.
That's why there was a whole craze of like Egyptology around that time. That's why even like the mummy movies and whatnot, they're based in that time where it's like everyone was going to Egypt, digging things up, getting into all the different kinds of forms of worship and whatnot they were going to, getting into.
Yeah, that's a good point. When you think about Egypt, you ain't thinking about the Mosai, you're thinking about mummies, mysticism, mysticism. And that's exactly what it is. Egyptology, that's exactly what it is, and y'all niggas believe that. Even when they put it in the cartoons, who's got the mummy and all that, that's demons, that's spirits. Resurrecting spirits.
Yeah, the book of the dead.
Right.
Yeah, that's the book of the living, that's the book of life.
Exactly.
Why the fuck, like Egypt, that's, every time you think of that place, it don't sound alive. You don't even sound alive, man. You think about some tour guide and it's dusty out there. You know what I'm saying? That's what you feel, that's what comes to your head, right?
Yeah.
Why is that? Because that's what it is, the Lord fucked it up. It's an ancient, it's got besieged, bro. The place got leveled. That, you know what I'm saying?
And they never reverence the fact that it was Jake that made Egypt great anyway. Yeah. If it wasn't Abraham, or if it was Joseph, or even the Israelites in slavery, man. We're the ones who built the fucking pyramids of Giza, all that shit. We made Egypt where it was, man.
And they don't want to even give that credit. So now the ancient aliens.
Yeah.
Oh, the steps are so big.
Anarchy.
That doesn't even make no sense.
Technically, that's not what strangers in Egypt.
That really don't make no sense. That's BS. That's BS. That's witchcraft. Because they don't want to be you tribes. See, the truth is stranger than fiction. We can go into that to show you that back then. So how did you do it? How did it do it? Let me show you how to do it, man. The ropes. You know what I'm saying? Bro, okay, let's show you how these people are fucking stupid. When you back in New York, when at the
skyscraper,
they didn't have what the motherfuckers were walking up on there with no harnesses, man, and building shit just in this time.
Yeah.
Motherfuckers and that Gadites and shit, that like Gadites doing it. And all the different people going up there, and they had no people like how the fuck is it?
Steel beams, like that's it.
Right, just walking on that shit, eating on this shit. Like they have a break, the break up there.
Sleeping on it. They got the pictures of them just like sitting on it, just having a chat or whatever with the lunch boxes and shit. I was like, bro, you see that? I'm like, bro, there's no way in hell you'll ever catch me up. But that's what you know.
It's still a big industry now, like builders and people like. There's Akin that work within, they do the tradesmen in building in NYC because it's just, they build, concrete jungle. They're forever building fucking skyscrapers, right?
Same in London as well.
Not to the degree of New York. New York is just fucking, it's phenomenal,
But there's like, right now, the tradesman thing is declining.
Yeah.
Because the motherfuckers ain't building nothing. Like houses need to be built. They ain't getting paid right. There's all sorts of BS going on. But they say, oh, we need people. Remember they were saying apprenticeships. Right. So they were pushing that. And now this I think because they build certain things, they didn't meet the deadlines now. Because the immigrants and that now they're saying that. They got no yards. You know what I'm saying? So that just shows you that this place is just means fucking declining, bro. And they don't, and another problem, another thing is they don't want to build because they don't want to build on the land. They don't want to build nothing. Sometimes when you see a new area they'll build, it's like certain type of people want it, and they'll extend just a little patch here and a bit of grass, a bit of deadland grass, and it's like a housing estate or this Hillington, some little yards and that, and show new builds and that. That's the most to do. But they really don't want to extend.
It is referred to as brownfield. So you've got greenfield, which is like, let's say, brand new land that's never been touched. But then brownfield is land that's already been worked on. So as you're saying, for instance, I believe they've just finished building Barkingside, I think it is. But that would have been an area that, because if I'm not mistaken, that used to be quite industrial before.
Right.
And then now. Yeah.
That's a perfect point. That's exactly. You see, I didn't know that, but I know that they do that.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? You can, because you travel, you see what's going on. You see all these farmer lands and all that. All the land in the UK, you ain't allowed to touch that. That's where all the land's at. We got no houses, you ain't extending them. There's nowhere to build.
You got all kinds of rules, like you got areas of outstanding natural beauty. You can't even get past the legislation to even build things.
You can't have street lights.
You plant one tree, put a street light there.
Bro, it's like to even get the conservatory or some shit. I don't even do any of that shit. Some of those areas, fuck.
There's a reason why as well the London skyline is the way it is. So I forgot the name of it. You know about it?
Yeah.
It's like you have to from
the 5, 6 from several different points. You have to have a clear line of sight to
St. Paul's Cathedral. So that's why you got the funny shaped skyscrapers, because from fucking where's not Buckingham Palace, that might be one of the venues.
Yeah.
But it's all the way from West London.
Yeah.
No, where's where in the West do they dwell? You know where Waddesdon Manor is like from that area. You know where what's the place where the royal family live?
Windsor.
Yeah, from Windsor.
Yeah.
They need to be able to
That
see it.
place in West London, yeah. When you
Yeah.
go outside of West London, all those areas, those is a lot of elites live in those areas.
So they need to be able to see St. Paul's Cathedral all the way from
Aylesbury
Windsor.
down to where Waddesdon Manor is, all those lands
Yeah,
up
yeah,
there.
yeah.
That's where a lot of them are at.
They need a clear view of sight of St. Paul's Cathedral. So every building that's built
from all the way out there.
Yeah, from all the way up there. They showed it on the video.
It's crazy.
I ain't even been out there. So.
No, I've been up there.
I know what you said. I said, I'm what you seen from out there. But yeah, nah.
Because that's one of the things they said as well about what was this building that burnt down, man, in Paris? Notre Dame. They said the only reason why that got built so quickly is because they had to pass lots of laws to remove building regulations to allow them to actually build that quick. So a lot of these regulations, they're in place to slow down the building of properties so that one, properties become even more expensive and keep everyone in this perpetual rat race, right? Because like you were saying, it's like there's land here. Why is everything concentrated in this 20 miles, basically?
Bro, I think they said like 92% of the UK is undeveloped. Like, it's absurd. Like, they could easily just go out. And the thing is you have places like Standing Beauty, you have forests and whatnot. But then there's places they could just extend like easily, but they don't. So it's
Just on that point, they said that they were comparing New York City and London City, and one of the comments they said technically to be classed as a forest, you have to have 20% forestation in your land. So they're basically saying London City is technically a forest. Wow. It's not even a city. That's how deep it goes. Wow. So it shows you that even this city we dwell in, technically, it's not a city because it's like 21% forestation. So it shows you how that in a certain natural way they keep this land. Going back to William Blake's hymn, Jerusalem, you know, they sang it when Princess Kate and William got married. They're trying to maintain this as New Jerusalem, the Holy Land. Like there's a certain way they deal with the land. Of course.
That's
what they try.
That's some sensationalism.
Yeah.
Because you've got the Queen in them here, but they don't even like. That's all. Come on, man. Because what about the motorways, man?
Yeah.
The motorways system alone. You know, this place is carved out, gridded out. You know. But hey, but the Royal family, they're kind of like done now. It's come, you know, because that was just they used that for control. Because everybody over in Europe and all that, looking at England like, oh yeah, you know, the royal family and shit in America. But then people in England cursed out the royal family. It's crazy. People, oh yeah, you're queen, or you know, you're Americans, and you're like, what the fuck?
No one like.
They seem to care.
Yeah, they care about it more than people. People over here curse it. And they say, what the fuck does the royal family do? It's a common thing in England because the royal family don't actually say that they control anything. They don't talk, they don't do nothing. It's the politicians and the councils.
I think it's since the Queen went as well, since Lizzie croaked, it's like the whole spirit shifted. Like even as discussed. But she kind of was a flag bearer for a whole spirit for a season.
Yeah, certain spirit. Certain spirit.
Under her,
that kind of spirit. Because that hymn you're talking about, they did that with the Queen of the like that Jerusalem, England, green and pleasant land. But really that's when Jake was in power. That's really what that's about.
But they're trying to
that's what they saw the green land, they're like, yo, I can farm all that.
Yeah, but what was England before? It was 80% forest or 70% forest.
Yeah.
It was before the industrial. He saw before he got in there, you know, there was a lot of forest and that everywhere and shit.
There was a lot of churches too.
Yeah, well, it was where the churches are in these areas. Like you got them in London, you got Tower Hill, then you got like ones in the countryside. These were more focal points, but they're not focal points anymore. Why? Because he got in power. His banks are the focal points now. He's changed the thing. It was the church, them churches of the Middle Ages. That's where the cities and that would be like based around.
Oh, that's just funny. Just to say this point, because there's like London, so many enclaves. I've gone to the gym, then I've just bust on back road, and it's just like Edwardian like town in the middle of the church, and all around nice houses. They got to be like 3-4 million each. Wow, this is South London. This is right London Bridge. Like it's right in Southwark, basically, at the back of London Bridge. And you never know.
When you were the fire in London, you used to go and do the
Oh
videos.
yeah.
London was
like that.
It was like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But it's like a step back in blast from the past kind of thing.
But it's all like you say, it's all hidden.
Yeah.
With all this, with the modernization. You know what I'm saying? So you wouldn't know.
You bust a corner and it's there. It looks so. I was like, I wouldn't mind being around it. It's like a throwback. But you'd never know it's there unless someone told you, oh, you know this is over there.
What if elites they be around shit like that? That's what the scripture says. They don't trouble like other men. In the countrysides and shit, they don't have to deal with the big cities. They don't have those churches in there. And a lot of them small little weird villages, they've always got their own churches. You know what I'm saying? They have meetings in the pubs. They have meetings in the churches, like Masons. That's what they do. Let's bring something out.
I got a precept. This is Malachi 1 verse 1. It says the burden of the word of the Lord Yahweh to Israel by Malachi. I have loved you, save the Lord Yahweh. Yet you say, wherein hast thou loved us? Was not Esau Jacob's brother? Save the Lord. Yet I loved Jacob, and I hated Esau, and laid his mountain and his heritage waste for the dragons of the wilderness, whereas Edom saith,
when you were in the Roman Empire, which is documented, or how the right people, Edomites, Roman Empire, there's loads of evidence that the Romans and Edomites is actually documented. It's another thing that's documented by scripture. So the Lord threw them down, right? What he notices when Jakes were in the Roman Empire and not sitting on certain seats. Then when he went down and shit like that, when the Romans went down, that's when like the Dark Ages kicked in. And then it was all different, like the things that we're going into. The actual matter of fact, the Colosseums and the amphitheaters and that, they didn't use them. Those days became ruins, you know.
Stopping the Olympics as well.
Right.
That was Jake that did that.
Stop that.
There's a lot of the laws against what's called being known.
Right.
Jake was the one putting those things in. Why it shifted, the whole spirit shifted. Because that's like all that. Because as soon as Esau came back in, those things all started coming back.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Even when you look at the emperors from Nerva, 96 AD, they all had beards. The mass majority of them had beards when you go through the line, you know?
Yeah, that beards.
I got a precept.
Let's finish that now.
Yeah, verse 4 says, whereas Edom said, we are perished, but we will return and build the desolate places. And thus saith the Lord, Yahweh of hosts, they shall build, but I will build down.
So they built back the Olympics. They actually built these things back. A stadium is a modern day like Colosseum, amphitheater that they got in Rome and all that. Go back over that region. So now they got them in America, England, all over the world. Because they had them in different parts of Rome anyway. That's what they built back, a stadium. So when you football and all that, yeah. You know, whatever it is, anything NFL, whatever it is, that's Roman. And then you got the Olympics. And then the Olympics. Y'all don't know, it's just a religious ceremony. Look into the 12 Olympian gods. That's why they do the torch ceremony, which goes back to Prometheus. Okay, that's giving light to men, stealing it from the gods and giving it. And the Illuminati worship Prometheus. You know, because they say it's really Satan give him this knowledge, enlightenment, and that. So y'all need to right. That's why they don't want us teaching, because they think, oh, we can say you blah, blah, blah. Come on, man, that's BS, man. You know what I'm saying? When we start going into these scriptures and breaking things down, the elites are seeing this and all that. The secrets. Right. I think it was one of the Gettys, right? You had a member of the Gettys. I think he lived in Italy or something. He lived somewhere. I'd have to remember, because the documentary was only on for a week and it clicked on Channel 4. They said it's limited edition, never come back on. To do that, they used to do that.
They were there for like, I remember they wanted to be there for like a year, then it's gone, bro. You can't even get that shit.
You can't reference that. When you go on YouTube trying to find things, it's gone. There's things that, I remember this, remember that. Right.
Bro, I remember you used to watch documentaries. You would search, you'll find the same
Come
one.
straight, come up easy. Now you can't find it.
I'm like, these things I'm looking for. I'm like, bro, you've got 20 other things.
You get YouTubers coming up there.
Yeah.
Hey, you didn't even type that in.
No. Yes,
A YouTuber, right? YouTubers, what the YouTuber dancing in his house?
Guys on that live stream.
I didn't want to mention this nigga. I didn't want to give that nigga that clout, man. Caribbean batty boy.
I got a precept. It's Habakkuk 2:15.
Twerking ass niggas. Go on, that.
Woe unto him that giveth his neighbor drink, then puttest thy bottle to him, and makest him drunken also, that thou mayest look on their nakedness. Thou art filled with shame for glory, drink thou also, and let thy foreskin be uncovered. The cup of the Lord Yahweh's right hand shall be turned unto thee, and shameful spewing shall be on thy glory.
Go into it, bro.
Yeah, so basically this man Esau Edom, alright, the so-called white man, he's basically taken all of these different philosophies, his witchcrafts and whatnot, and he's more or less put it into a mixture, a cup. What you have today, the image of the beast, whether it be democracy, the LGBTQ movement, all these different things. And when you from the day you enter into this kingdom, you're exposed to the media of this world or the ideals of this world, and you just get brainwashed from day one. Everything you believe, like Christmas, you know, like the most, the greatest letdown for most people in the world is when they find out Father Christmas don't exist. That's like the biggest, the most mind. Oh my God, there's no Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
Well, it's
There's
even
no
that now. Father Christmas in this now. We just come out of that pagan holiday, which is a Saturn. It's a major pagan. It's linked with a lot of that. Solstice and all types of mad shit, which is heavy period of child sacrifice, demonic sacrifice and shit. You know what I'm saying? And Father Santa Claus, Satan Claus. You just move the N and it's Satan. It's literally you just move the N. It's managram. And then Satan's claws, right? And then it's all about children. It's all about kids. It's all about the children, right?
Going down
Chips. Come on, man. Someone comes in your chimney, bro. Really, you should have the right to blow that dude away, man. Really, you should have the right to take that dude out, man. What the fuck are you doing in my house? You're coming for the kids. That don't make sense. There's no realm where that makes sense. And then they'll have one dude sitting there, or a line of 100, 200 kids sitting on his lap. Going,
you don't even know who that is.
Right.
He's got the beard on. He's got the hat. He's like, it could be a known sexual predator.
Right.
Yeah, they are usually.
That's why they got the
Savile would have been Savile, wouldn't it?
Right.
Oh, man.
They got the beard, right? But they ain't got a beard. They got this mask. It's like a beard massive, like over their eyes and shit.
Hide everything.
You know what I'm saying? Right, the beard. How come you can't see these guys? They might have shades on, little glasses. They wear glasses and shit. And then you know, it's crazy, man. You can't even see their face. So if a man's got a beard, you can see his face. But for some, I don't know what it is. I'm gonna have to Google this. But you can't see the beard's all the way up to his chin, out of his eyes. You know what I mean? You can't see the guy. You don't know who that guy is, and then he'll have the glasses on and shit. That's crazy, man.
Man being paid to have children sit on his lap.
That's weird.
What's going on?
But you're being brainwashed to believe, like, to worship
That's crazy, man.
Satan. And imagine, like, now, this time of the year, it's like, oh, it's all about the children.
That's crazy.
That's demonic, bro. What the hell?
It's all about the children. You know, it's about family getting together.
You know it's about
But it's about Satan.
But then, there's something too that obviously we don't celebrate. People, oh, what you doing on Christmas? I'm just on my own, and people feel good. You can come to our house. You can come, like, bro, I'm cool.
Well, the tree's the money.
Yeah.
That's Babylonian. Phallic worship. How about that?
Yeah.
the reef as well.
The reef. All of it, man.
Silver and gold.
Yeah.
Just look into it. You know what I'm saying?
Yola.
Right, the Yule log, giving them presents and that.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Jeremiah chapter 10 verse 2. Thus saith the Lord, learn not the way of the heathen.
Yeah, they know what it's about Christ. No,
It's Christmas. I'm like, bro.
Well, yeah, maybe it's, but well, no, it's not. It's not. What are you going on about, man? Christ and all that. Y'all ain't thinking about
No
no
one's
Christ.
thinking about no Christ. The kids wake up, they're running to the tree, they're stumbling down the
They're thinking about
stairs.
Santa Claus.
Yeah.
They're praising him. That's their God.
Like it's Jesus' birthday. That's how they go.
Yeah,
When the Lord was born close to the Passover as well.
Santa Claus was one of the wise men. That's what he was.
That's fucked up.
He brought one of the gifts.
Sending in a pretzel to try and make it work.
When they put out the cookies and milk as well.
Yeah.
Whole load of rituals.
It's rituals.
Yeah.
That's rituals. That's rituals. That's rituals.
Even just eating being passing fruit.
That's what they did back then in Rome. Like even that spirit of eating like 5 plates of food. Because that actually goes back to that ritual in Rome where they eat loads, get drunk, and on the last day, like a child sacrifice, or the servant gets sacrificed that last day. So here it is, obviously, you know, like if you want to get late, you know, fair enough. But that whole mindset of I'm passing out on Christmas, that's like, that goes back to Rome, man.
Yeah. Yeah. Because there's certain bits that still remain as well of Saturnalia. I was just confirming it because it's like the part of Saturnalia as well was the freak-offs, the sex and stuff like that. And what everyone knows there, what happens at the work Christmas party? Some adultery, some madness,
Bro,
all without a fail.
Every blood clot time, bro.
Yeah.
Every fucking time. Someone just like, oh, that's what was it? Christmas when it was the guy in government, man, Matt Hancock.
Oh yeah.
Because I know, I think it was. Because there was the one with the, I think it was thingy as well, the Boris one. I think that was a Christmas party.
Yeah.
But then it's like, that's the thing, it's like you go there, but then that's one of those things like where it's like, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. No kind of, like, that's how those things are dealt with.
Funny enough, a lot of babies are made during this time of the year.
Yeah.
It's like baby making season. It's true.
I read this.
Well, let me read this. The Saturnalia is an ancient Roman festival holiday in the honor of the god Saturn, held on the 17th of December in the Julian calendar, and later extended with festivities to the 19th of December. And it says, by the 1st century BC, the celebration had been extended until the 23rd of December, for a total of 7 days of festivities. The holiday was celebrated with a sacrifice at the Temple of Saturn in the Roman Forum, and the public banquet, or the meals and the turkeys. You know what I mean? Everyone's got to do their, you got to do it. You got a choice. Everything's black stuff. So you got to go and you got no choice to stop buying turkeys and shit, lamb, whatever you eating and that. You got no choice. You know what I'm saying? It's followed by private gift giving. What? What?
Secret Santa.
Because private is all wrapped up. You don't know what's in that. You know what I'm saying? And if you don't give the gift, you're Satan.
Basically.
It's child abuse.
If you don't get a Satan present, that's like child abuse on Christmas. For real. They'll be like the kids there just destroyed.
It's actually a ritual.
Right, they go to school and that all. You get no gifts. Then it's over, man. Then, you know, then they're going to be reporting.
Sorry, we heard Timmy.
Right, then we go. Whoa.
Your family
You know
is
what I'm saying?
poor.
All that emotional dumping. So it's going to be even worse. Get you gifts. Then they might start crying. It says continual partying in the carnival atmosphere, but you know the spirit of that partying of this place is dead, it's died out. People can't even afford to do that, man. You know what I'm saying?
Even like all the councils are broke, but every Christmas they make sure they still get budget for the lights. They put lights up everywhere, put trees in every.
There used to be major lights in here, but they stopped.
Have a quick on that.
Yeah.
This is Isaiah 2:24, verse 11. There is a crying for wine in the streets. All joy is darkened. The mirth of the land is gone. And you know that spirit of mirth is dying down. You know? Especially as things get darker.
Love of many waxes cold. You're seeing that there's a whole different, like for example, like London, like you see a lot of this, and I think it's a lot of hype, but there's some truth to it at the same time. They'll say, oh, London's changed, man. London, if you go there, you can't. Your phone will get robbed by someone on a scooter. Someone will stab you, and
That's
it. Yeah, but it's a bit, you know, there's a bit of extraness to it, but that's the spirit that's been perpetuated because it's really going into that place where everyone don't really give a shit about no one else.
And the amount of stories I've seen online where like someone will be like, look, I'd find my iPhone. I told the police it's in this house, and then the police were like, no. So then so that emboldens people to keep doing it more and more and more, and then it just becomes an easy.
People get desensitized.
Exactly.
Like even with the ambulance, unless you're dying, they're not coming.
Yeah.
Real.
There you go.
Real, bro. Same for A&E. You go A&E. It used to be A&E. You kind of go there. Like there's like you would need something severe to really be seen instantly. Some people go there saying they're waiting 5-6 hours in A&E.
We waiting a day.
Oh, nigga, so that was broken on waiting for 6 hours.
It's deadly, man. It's deadly.
It's wicked.
It's deadly. They're gonna blame that on the immigrants. That was all the immigrants.
I was like, bro, come on, man.
You're the only person in the war. They're gonna say it's the immigrants.
Then Dr. Patel's gonna come.
Bro, it's been
Sit there for
Patel.
7-8 hours. You go sleep off because you've been sitting there for so fucking long, the whole night. Then you just get one doctor saying, yeah, you can go now.
Fuck hell.
Isaiah 47:12 stand now with thine enchantments and with the multitude of thy sorceries, wherein thou hast labored from thy youth. If so be, thou shalt be able to profit. If so be, thou mayest prevail.
Yeah, so You know, this system is systematically structured for control and dominance of the people through witchcraft. You know, and that's what you got to understand. That when it was built up, the architects and stuff that they were using were masons. The square and the compass in masonry, it represents building, but
So Christopher Wren was the guy after the fire of London.
right, the mason he started building after the fire of London. He built the London up in that masonic fucking vibration, man. Straight out.
1666 was the fire of London.
Right. Yep. 1660. We went up there, we did videos on that back in the day and that. You know what I'm saying? Back in the day, we used to do that land, you know, the allocation that brothers know about. You know, brothers have been passing out, have been doing that. And we said, yo, we're gonna do it down here. Went to certain spots and that, man. You know what I'm saying? Actually, a matter of fact, if you go outside the Parliament houses, they'll throw on you the T-bar. You don't want to go up there, man. That happened.
Yeah, I remember.
You know what I'm saying? Because of where.
The first time we went, it was chill.
Right.
Then after they put the fence around and whatnot,
Right.
then it was like, bro, if we're standing there, that gun police are coming out like, we doing?
Right. All these buildings, you got even the Shard, right? So the Shard, I was just watching certain of that when we were talking about London. That was only what built in 2012.
Yeah.
It's kind of new, right? I think it was 2012, man.
Moving London Bridge when they were building it. I remember it weren't fully capped.
Yeah. Which is a phallic symbol. You know, it's a phallic symbol, one of the major money.
Oh yeah.
Right. Well, I didn't know it meant that. Because I know that the pine cone is a
Pine cones in the shape of a pine.
you know what I'm saying? Because they got that in Rome, in the Vatican. They got a pineal gland, the entrance and the gates and the board to get into the. Well, it's there on the walls and that big giant pine cone. Because they're all heavily into that. Rome is like the spiritual part of the frog beast. So they got a lot of that shit going on over there. We need to go there and land and do some videos down there. I mean, the times have changed, man. You know, like guns put in your face, man. You know what I'm saying?
Like, it's become a thing, we just have like men with gun police everywhere.
Right.
And it's surveillance.
High alert.
You know, France, them man's been there from day. Even like all the main stations in London, like King's Cross and whatnot. It's like you'll see them man just around on a regular. So
There's where the Buckingham Palace is, yeah. There's a river called the Serpentine River, and there's a jail there. There's a laptop in that jail which was teaching on Trafalgar Square back in the day.
Yeah.
And they locked us up for, you know what I mean? And then basically, it was on Baal's grave, Baal's grave, all of that round Buckingham Palace, yeah, is Babylonian. Straight out, Baal's grave, Serpentine River. Come on, man. You know what I'm saying? The MI5 building it's actually it's called Babylon on Thames. That's why the MI5 building. Can you make this up, man? Come on, man. You see, this is why at the start we said y'all talking shit. Y'all ain't got nothing to say to us, man. We're dealing with the elites. The brothers talking about the bunkers and all that. See, that topic, you know, I said, bro, this topic, we can talk about this for hours. You know what I'm saying? We could be talking about this for hours, man. What the fuck y'all are playing? What you talking about, man? And I don't know if it's that building, there's another building in London where they've like tried to make it at the style of a Babylonian building. You know what I'm saying? I'll have to look it up. I don't know if it's the same MI5 building. It might be that. But they call it Babylon on Thames. Yeah, I know what building it is. I know what building it is, man. So that shows you what spirit they're coming in. There's secret in around it, man. Can't get around it, man. They're saying, where's your proof?
Hey, you bring that out, then suddenly
I know a place that I'm gonna start doing videos. I've been meaning to do videos on it, man. Going good in the spirit. Milton Keynes. Do you know that place? Yeah, I think it's called Milton Keynes. It's after MK Ultra. There was a lot of the programs when they were doing MK Ultra. They tested it out in Milton Keynes, bro. And the place, yeah, man.
It's a grid.
It's a grid.
Bro,
it's the
yeah,
place
I
is
knew
made
about
in
it being a
a grid.
Yeah, I didn't even know.
And then there's a statue up there that's part of one of like Aleister Crowley's hidden masonry. It's deep, man. There's a lot going on there. The city centre used to be called like the Black Serpent's Tunnel.
And Tate as well.
Bro, that place is man.
No, he comes out of Luton.
But that's
close, right down the road.
Because the football team used to be MK Dons.
That's what I was thinking, MK Dons, isn't it?
Yeah. MK Dons. I'm gonna try and do the video. It goes deeper than that, bro. But that's actually this MK Ultra. That's what that place represents. People say it's a mad town. Like it's creepy, yeah, man.
Just bare roundabouts.
What's evil about that?
Godwin are the one way
I see a breakdown of Gotham City and I'm talking about the reason why they named it that. Oh, you see it as well, I'm guessing?
No, I just watched Gotham like recently.
Oh, is it?
Yeah,
because
it
goes back to a village in the UK. So basically Gotham means goat's pen. So the reason why they called it Gotham, it goes back to a novel that was wrote in like the 1800s or something, where they basically said everyone in Gotham, they were batshit crazy. Like basically they acted batshit crazy to avoid getting taxed by King John, going back in the time of the Normans. So they just spazzed. So he went there and he's like, can't tax these people are crazy. So everyone in New York was basically crazy, like
crazy Oh man, that's crazy.
That's what they say. That's why they called it Gotham. But
it makes sense though because everywhere in America is from England. It's England was the mother, right? So all the places, everything you can think. You got Jersey, New Jersey. You got Jersey over here. York. You got all sorts. You got Birmingham over there. New England over there. You got Boston. New York. Even said that. You got loads, bro. You got like there's ones that you wouldn't think. I think you even got a Northampton. You got everything over there. Pretty much everything. Hamptons, everything you can think of. Is in America. Even if it's like a small, like even if it's like you got Carolina. In Carolina will be a town or a city with an English name.
You even got Liverpool too.
You got Liverpool? I was gonna say that. But you do have Liverpool. You got all of that. And I think that Liverpool might be up in the tri-state area, if I'm not mistaken. What else?
London as well.
Huh?
New England. London.
You got London.
Yeah, that's something else.
But all that, so that makes sense.
But they said when they made that Gotham, it was meant to be for, they didn't name it New York, but they wanted every city around the world to relate to it. So it kind of is like a Babylonian type of, you know what I mean? Like even though it's mainly New York, but it's applicable to every city around the world. So it kind of shows you there's an energy, spirit they're trying to pass.
Right. Or the KO, man.
Yeah.
What's Batman? Batman's all about that kind of shit.
And all these enemies,
right.
He represents the rich and the wealthy.
Yeah. All these enemies are, it's like Gotham's more mind games.
Yeah.
It's more like you know, it's psychological warfare. Superman's enemies are like, you know, they're not really like, you know, pathological. But when you deal with like Joker, the Riddler, all this Scarecrow, all it's about like, it's all about like subverting.
To blow that whole shit up,
you know.
Verse 13. Thou art wearied in the multitude of thy counsels. Let now the astrologers, the stargazers, the monthly prognosticators stand up and save thee from these things that shall come upon thee.
Yeah, man. You know, and this goes into it. They're doing stuff to try and offset the prophecies because they're aware of the prophecies. So they know that Yahweh Shai is coming back. But right now, it's got to a point where they're going to try and use their robots, their AI, and all this. Because that's what the chip's about. Chip's about control. We talk about going digital. It's not just about, oh yeah, him going to the shop, but it's everything. Because when they chip people, that now they can track the people, they control the people, and the AI robots or the drones and that. You know, we've got different types of drones, man. Terminator shows that Terminator, all that. They can control the people. So now everything that they do, whether it's medical, financial, your thoughts, you know what I mean? Everything is tracked. You know what I'm saying? You control
biometrics.
Right.
And financial services as well, like they cut down on all them customer facing jobs. Like now, if you want to really get in that kind of world, you have to have like JavaScript coding skills, because most of them jobs are ChatGPT, because all of them jobs are about automation, integration of AI.
There's a name of that chat because I saw videos like there's a term for like if you know how to use ChatGPT.
Machine learning.
Prompt engineering.
Prompt engineer, that's it. Because I'm talking about there was one kid, he got this guy was talking about the kid got 4 people sacked because he knew how to prompt ChatGPT. So he basically knows how to like ask the right questions for ChatGPT to do what it needs to do. That's like a prompt engineer. That's what they call it.
Yeah.
Like you just know how to answer right.
Yeah, like in the iRobot, that's the right question.
That's it. Yeah.
Because ChatGPT will teach you how good your communication skills are. You'll be like, I've not asked you to do that. Then you look what you've touched. I kind of have actually. You know. So there's a whole thing about prompt engineering. And, yeah.
That's that new Gen Z, Gen A. Alpha, so that's them lot coming in, and they're gonna be fine-tuned to be ready for the chip, man.
Yeah, that's right, man.
Kind of deep.
There's someone.
I even looked into like the Canary Wharf war that was built around Margaret Thatcher's reign in the UK, and they built it initially to be a tax haven, where basically if you invested into it, you basically have like a tax-free return on your investment. And then the guy that built it up was a small hack called Paul Richmond, whose family was basically also responsible for the World Financial Center in New York. Wow. And they were the ones that basically made a major investment into Canary Wharf during the time of Margaret Thatcher to build it up to where it is now, where you got all the banks there and the skyscrapers and essentially the setup.
Ain't the lease nearly up though?
Well, some of the buildings.
It's owned by Arabs now.
It's owned by Arabs now, but initial investors were small hats to that.
But this is the thing, and you can it ain't no conspiracy. You can go look it online yourself. They've legit said Canary Wharf Group legit had a thing. I said the world's basically like London's first 15-minute city. So they're already telling you that is what they're building.
Yeah. They had. I think it's I don't know if it was the first one. But the Amazon Go stores, the one where you don't have to, like, even, like, basically you just pick items up and then walk out. Like, I think they've got the one there. That's like...
It's heavy because, remember, we tried to do a video there. And they jumped on us in a heartbeat.
It's been like that. It's been like that.
They got private
don't remember that, like we were there, we were trying to record, and then they just came down, They said it's private.
You guys can't film. You guys can't film.
And I couldn't believe it. I was like,
we need to get off the whole estate.
You know, I remember that now.
We just there recording, they said you're not allowed to record. All they ever filmed on us, I couldn't believe it.
So nobody shows videos close to there or some shit.
Yeah.
We had to go somewhere.
We had to go off the estate.
Is that when he was walking on the grass? Is that when he was walking on the grass?
No. We was actually recording in the middle of the.
It was like right in front of the big
That's crazy. But they got their own police force out there.
But they all came out and just surrounded us and said, you can't record. It was immediate.
Like, it was shocking. It was just like,
Yeah.
gives you an
There's no one
idea.
else in London.
15 million city, like, they'll be on you.
No rights, man.
Just surprised.
They don't have no homeless people there, like literally. And even like when you come out there from like the train station, you can actually move everywhere.
I like-
While going outside.
this is
They've got
crazy.
internal kind of.
Because I go there every.
Underground walkways that you go in, you go outside.
Yeah. I go there every day, every other day, man. And I didn't even know you could go, you could avoid going outside.
You can avoid going outside.
From the station, you go all the way there, you can go anywhere underground. Yeah. Because I live around the corner from there. Anytime I go there, I don't step outside because it's cold as well. And I just go everywhere.
shopping centre.
Yeah, shopping centre everywhere. It's crazy.
Nahum chapter 3 verse 4. Because of the multitude of the whoredoms of the well-favored harlot, the mistress of witchcrafts, that selleth nations through her whoredoms and families through her witchcrafts. Behold, I am against thee, saith the Lord of hosts, and I will discover thy skirts upon thy face, and I will show the nations thy nakedness and the kingdoms thy shame.
Yeah, man. So it's all getting exposed in the end days, and that's what. And like we're going into again, yeah. They're fearful of the Messiah, man. Returning. So they got the bunkers and stuff like that. That's why they got the space program watching everything that's going on out there. You know what I mean? And they're aware of the prophets, the spiritual powers, all of that. All of that, man. They're aware of all that. So they're doing stuff so they can counter that, you know. That's what they're doing. That's exactly what they're doing, man. Y'all wonder why they're going cashless and they're doing this. That's a major part of it, control. Total control, man. You know? So they're pushing it. The robots, AI, they're not asking nobody. You know what I'm saying? AI is all everywhere now. They ain't ask you, do you want this in? Shall we vote? They're ready to vote on that. You are talking about, oh, you're voting. Everyone's finding out that's BS. Well, you should be finding that out.
Yeah, Elon just got them voted for Trump. They got Elon. Elon's up in there, and then what's it all about? They said like efficiency and whatnot. That's all just gonna mean what? Lining everything being lined up for the beast. So that's what that was his MO anyway. All the Neuralink, AI, robots, all that. That's been his whole field. Now that's part of the government.
Yeah, neurological link to your brain. Your mind, and your mind is where your spirit's at. So that's where the control is. Why brain chip? Because that's where your spirit's at, man. And then your brain, through your spine, sends signals all down your body, controls the functions. Matter of fact, different parts of your brain controls different parts of your body. If you want to get even more, like you got a God gene, you got gene that makes you believe in the Most High. You got your pineal gland. Come on, man.
And that's why the COVID testing,
Oh yeah, what they shoved up with. Oh.
Yeah, they're trying to,
Right.
compromise people, compromise individuals, beliefs.
Right. That's it, man. That's it. So that's what that Neuralink and all that. It's about controlling your. It's in a lot of it's in the names and what they. They go off that. That's the part of the spells, the names. Like we were talking about the MI5, Babylon Anthems. That's part of the spells, the talisman, the Belgrave tea, the Belgrave, all of that. So now you can't go, oh, well, I didn't know. It's in the fucking name, man.
Yeah.
You know?
That's a bit. They make it a joke when you go into those things. They'll be like, oh, you're just, it's a coincidence. You're reading too much into it. But then the thing is when things are put together, people actually, that's how they construct things. They link these things together. They'll be like, okay, let me combine all these different elements to kind of achieve what I want. But then when it comes to like, oh, the government, no, it was just they're too incompetent. They wouldn't. I'm like, bro, it's even the people that fund these, it's the same thing you're seeing now. A lot of the government projects or whatnot, there'll be people like there'll be backers, those
lobbyists.
Yeah, like these different monetary groups, so they combine together investment groups. They'll be like, okay, we're funding this, or we want you to build this, or you want you to work on this infrastructure. Those things happen over time, to where it's what when they're putting them things together. The Notre Dame Cathedral is a good example. That man wanted to make that shit happen. That shit happened in no time flat.
They don't take them when they start doing what they're gonna do. They're just gonna do. You ain't gonna have a say in it, man. Matter of fact, you politicians and shit like that. These motherfuckers are having their pockets, man. That's why that thing come out with the pig, with the David Cameron. And they made a giant pig statue of him with a pig on his lap because he fucked the pig, man. He did it. They put that in. They even put it in Black Mirror. That Black Mirror episode. With the first episode, right? Tripped out. So the shit was about David Cameron popping the pig. I think it was in the Bullingdon Club, because that's where they go. A lot of them they go eat in Oxford. All the politicians go to the same place, and they're in the same Masonic code, and they're fucking schooled the same way. That's why there's pictures of them butt naked and shit, man. And even that name, Sus, Bullingdon, I don't know. It just is Sus. So these guys are off. So it's all controlled. And then any time a politician gets in, they have to go to the small hats offices. Just Google it. You'll see them. They promote the small hats straight away. They fund them. That's the first thing that they do. Because you put them in there, man. The small hats. Rothschilds are small hats. Yeah. So they got, if they ain't playing ball with that, you ain't getting in that seat.
Yeah. Trump's got a fake Ark of the Covenant in Mar-a-Lago.
Right, I think
that's some crazy shit. The guy made a fucking.
But that shows you what time everything's getting biblical now, man. Y'all was scoffing and scoring, ha 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 ha. Remember we were saying that spirit, the ha 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 spirit and all that. But guess what now, right now, y'all motherfuckers ain't got no motherfucking choice. Yeah. What to deal with the truth, man. All that, you know what I'm saying? You know, the last on you, but the scripture says that, man. The Lord says that I shall mock when your calamity cometh. Because they've been mocking us. You know what I'm saying? Trying to make our lives a living hell and all that. That's what they've been doing. What we got, man?
Yeah, Luke 21 and verse 25. It says, and because you mentioned earlier before, when the chariots come, right, they're going to be afraid of the least.
Right.
Yeah, this is it's not good. Luke 21 and verse 25. Men's hearts failing them for fear, and for looking after those things which are coming on the earth, for the powers of heaven shall be shaken.
Yeah, man. Read that again, bro. Salat, man. Read that again, brother. Man.
Now, men's heart, this is Luke 21 and verse 26. Men's hearts failing them for fear, and for looking after those things which are coming on the earth, for the powers of heaven shall be shaken.
Yeah, man. So the Lord's really going to shake this place up, and people are going to be afraid. The elites are already afraid. They're already aware of what's going on. You know, so that's the truth, man. That's the truth, and you know, pretty much the drones, their technology, that's what they're going to try and use to fight the chariots, people, super soldiers, even the super soldiers thing, the super soldiers program. Why would they need that? You know what I'm saying? Because they know what's coming, the war in heaven and all of that, so they're aware. That's why they're coming out now with UFO files, UFO meetings, bringing it to the public. UFO conferences, Congress, here, there, everywhere. Oh yeah, by the way, we've seen these UFOs and we've been seeing them and all that. So all that scoffing and scorning, even that Trump, he's in now. He was talking on UFOs. Yeah. He's been talking on UFOs. So get it right, man. Fucking pieces of shit out there.
They forget about the Foo Fighters as well, World War II. Like that was the same orbs we had seen in World War II. Now you're seeing the orbs again, and they're thinking, oh, what's that? World War II, they had the same thing. They don't see history just repeat. Spanish, the pandemic, Spanish flu, that happened like nearly 100 years. Everything's just no new thing under the sun. The Heavenly Father's about to wrap this thing up, man. And everyone's just like, oh, what's going on? No, it's the same thing, man. The Lord can constantly just reminding you the end is coming. Read Zechariah the 5th chapter, man. It tells you this is a curse that God for. And World War II is a pivotal time as well because it's prophesied in the Bible. The Second World, the Second World parts and the Third World coming quickly. That was like a prequel. I'll show you these little Foo Fighters so you can see them. But World War III, that's when it comes. That's what's going to be the conclusion of your war. You know?
The Alien versus Predator. That's end scene, man. You know what I'm saying? That's that final. They're aware that for them, because this time the law's gonna come in a gigantic ship.
Yep.
That's just a different level, man.
And they were invisible, and then they showed themselves right at the end.
Yeah, they had a cloak.
And the mantle.
Right, the mantles, the cloak. Come on, oh, they did the salute. Did the salute.
And Sanaa Lathan, you know, Israelite woman, Eve.
Yeah, it was
Right.
Eve as well.
Yeah, but they were showing you. They were showing you with that.
Because he was cool with her.
Yeah, he weren't cool with he weren't cool with anybody, man. But he was, you know, he was like, but that was it was showing you.
Yeah.
She was shocked, but he was like, you know, you peoples. Yeah, man. That's crazy. You got more on that?
Yeah, I got one more. Yeah, this is Luke 21 and verse 27. And then shall they see the Son of Man coming in a cloud with power and great glory.
There you go, man. And you know what? They got this whole alternative shit, ancient aliens and all that and all this kind of stuff, trying to put a spin on things. But we know anyway, we should show that the elites, what they think about is not what UPNs think about, man. They're aware of they think different to what y'all are thinking about, man. It's in their writings anyway.
You know, Hollywood, they keep, even now we're in a period where they're rebooting loads of movies. So it really shows you, like, well, that's the kingdom circling the drain. You know, they're running out of ideas. But it's like, if you read, when you read the Bible, it's just the same story being told over and over again from a different perspective from another prophet. So it's like now you just got the story of the end just being reiterated over and over again. Like, get into your fixed goal. This is what's gonna happen. But people are just, they're dumb. They're dumb, deaf and blind. They're not actually picking up on, yo, it's the end. Do you know what I mean? It's a wrap now. You know?
A lot of their movies has been about the end and that. You've got the George Orwell's, you've got the Terminator. Even that in the 1930s, what do you call it? Metropolis. Show the beast coming. Show the beast coming out. You know, in America being Babylon, and it showed it as a gridded chip city. You know what I'm saying? That's why it's called Metropolis. Which represents that, those gridded New World Order cities. That was in like the 1920s or 30s or something. I can't remember. It was like a New World Order.
When I went uni and made me watch it, I was like, damn, it's fucking sweet.
See that? So that's a spirit, man. So that's what's happening. You know, that's what's happening right now. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing to scoff about, man. You go on YouTube, you got AI straight away. You know what I'm saying? AI scoffers, AI accounts, AI Instagram accounts. It looks like a person who's an AI. They've got different pictures. It's all AI. Have you seen that shit?
Yeah.
There's also, it's mad.
Because something you wouldn't even, you really have
know.
to kind of like really be clued up to kind of know.
They said they're opening their first AI brothel as well. I didn't read the article, but I saw it on Drudge.
That's crazy, but them Moabites, you see, them Moabites have been popping sex robots over there for years. The freaks, man. That's a freak.
Heard about AI Jesus. Confessions and that.
That's crazy.
I think they said they did it for Christmas or some shit. It's like, bro, what?
It's like Project Bluebeam, you know?
Right.
And we'll tie that in.
Yeah, see that, and that go. That's the other, man. That's the other side of shit. That age of Aquarius and all that kind of shit, man. Project Bluebeam and all that kind of shit. False messiahs and all that, as the scripture says. Because they're trying to throw you off.
And it's crazy because when, like, we're seeing the orbs, the drones right now, and that's meant in the Lord spoke about when you see our salvation, you know, George, man, like look up basically. But then everyone's gonna look up for the wrong thing. Oh, Jesus is in the sky. but you don't know that your salvation's right there, man. These chariots, you know.
And there was this, what was that show, man, on Netflix? It was a good show, man. The video on it, and basically you had the drones, the people looking in the sky, and the whole time it was like there was drones and shit, yeah. But then people like, what are these drones and that? They were like looking, they were trying to make them like chariots. So then people were getting abducted, right? And what pretty much happened was, the reason why people were getting abducted, it was the government putting people, signing them up to the super soldier program. Oh shit. And then you found out there was real chariots, and that's why they were doing it, and people didn't know, because the chariots were coming. And they had to force people to try and fight these chariots, man. What the fuck was the name of that show?
Colony?
Yeah, Colony. That's the one. Dope ass show. That's the spoiler because you watched the whole thing. I mean, shit, man. So someone's gonna want us to watch it. That's shit. Yeah, we go close out, man.
Second Ezra. Alright. Second Ezra chapter 6 verse 9. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that follows.
This is the end of the new age shit, the AI, all that, the nukes. This is the end of the world. This ain't, come on, man. Everything's dilapidated. You don't want to. Everything's destroyed. The land, the food, everything. Come on, man. This is it. This is it, man. It ain't the new world we're gonna be built in paradise. Ain't this shit? This is the end of it, man. And people, common people, are complaining. You know what I'm saying? I'm broke. You know what I'm saying? You know, and now the government coming and not injecting this money, they're taking the NHS is fucked up. You can't even see it. So people are fucked up. And Edomites and shit like that. So it's showing you what time we're in, bro. It's all fucked up out here. It ain't gonna be healed. We shall heal Babylon or Trump and all that. You know, we're gonna heal. Yeah, right. That's what people now believe it's gonna be healed. You know what I'm saying? They've been waiting for that. So now they're trying to get that over here. We need reform. We can heal. You know what I'm saying? That's what they're trying to do in the UK now. Get reforming because we can heal. You ain't gonna heal shit, right? It's over. You know what I'm saying? We already told you what they're about. AI, New World Order, Neuralink, all of that shit. You know what I'm saying? Cashless, digital, Borg, search 15-minute city, whatever you want to call it, man. They got all these terms and that, yeah. But it all goes back to the mark of the beast. In the scriptures, it's called the mark of the beast, bro. And these miracles. Because that's how they're going to control you. They want you all up. Yeah. And a lot of people are going to take that fucking shit, bro. Like all these robots out here in the UK, yeah. When that thing happened, a lot of them took it. A lot of them took it. A lot of them regretted it, but a lot of them just took it. All these fucking meat puppets walking around, they just took that. Yeah, I want to say the word, you know, but, you know, I got Vicky Venom. Then you say that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, because you could have had someone called Vicky giving you the venom. You know what I'm saying? You know the irony of that, you know the most side. You could have actually had some bitch called Vicky. You ready? Yeah, just sitting there. Yeah. You got that, you just spaced out, you got that. Come on, man. You know what I'm saying? Right. Man, but the major test is going to be that chip. It's going to be the same principle. You got A and all that kind of shit, man. But then we're really going to deceive you. Just the same principle. This is for your benefit. Why wouldn't we do that? You know? Go ahead.
Yeah, this is Luke 21 and verse 28. And when these things begin to come to pass, then look up and lift up your heads, for your redemption draweth nigh.
There you go, man. So that's what we're doing. That's the time we're in. So we end out on that, right? Shalom, man. Shalom.